I'm just here to have a good convo
Lo-
about gaming.
Slippery.
Logan's slippery.
This guy.
You
Anyways,
slippery.
Ham, would you let me do the intro? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
All right then.
Oh.
Greetings and salutation, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another installment of Bullsitting on TSWS Gaming. This week, PlayStation joins the march towards the death of console exclusivity that Xbox initiated by porting all of their games to PC. Welcome to the desert of the real PlayStation. Nintendo, time to unplug from the Matrix and join the rest of us in reality. PCMR for the win. I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is Mr. Behind Them Sticks, Ham Solo, the man that likes games more than anyone alive, Mr. Matt Likes Games, and our special guest, Mr. Dirt Griggity.
He said it with some emphasis. He said it with some emphasis.
Dirt. All right, and you have to pronounce the T at the end. Dirt.
How you say
before we get into the ad hominem questions that you get at every single podcast, the question that I like to ask first is, how did you fall in love with gaming?
Oh man, I'm 46 years old, so my father had bought an Atari 2600. I fell in love with it as a little kid, man. I just fell in love with it, and it's been like that ever since. I just fell in love with gaming. Then I got me a Sega Master System. I was never a big Nintendo kid, but I just fell in love with gaming, and all these years later, I'm still here, bro. I'm not going anywhere. I love it.
Nice. So, just to press you on this one a little bit, can you pinpoint the exact moment where it just clicked?
Oh yeah, I can tell you. Okay, even though we had the Atari 2600, a friend of mine down the street some years later got a Nintendo NES, and I remember playing Mario Bros. The first one. I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. then you had Double Dribble. That blew me away. I don't know, like you guys are younger than me, so I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But Double Dribble, oh man, I know you love the vintage stuff, Ham. So, oh man, that stuff just blew me away. And that right there knew, like when I knew I wanted my own system, which I got a Sega Master System, which was cool. And that was it, man. I was a gamer.
All right.
Arch
Mario
Rivals was my
did
joint. I loved Arch Rivals.
I love it. Yep.
All right. Before we move on to the next question, shout out to the chat. Silent Cypher coming in here. Silent but deadly. Number one in the chat this week. Welcome, bruv. Superman says, Loke, my condolences on the tragedy that befell your platform. Ham, would you please pan the camera so they can see my platform?
Hey, no,
This
I mean, you're the one that nah, I can't do nothing about that. It looks like you in the middle of the city.
Whatever.
It looks like you in the middle of the city
Fark,
in a really blue
Fark
city.
says, what's up, Ham?
Why is your city so blue?
Okay, Ham. All right. Get your jokes off. Get them off. Dirt, what is the best game of all time? Don't pick a franchise. Don't pick a bunch of games. Pick one game as the game of all time. Let's go.
You know what? There's only one game I could think of when people ask me that question because I just know how I felt at the time. I mean, if you compare this game to games now, you ain't nah, but it's how I felt at the time. For me, it's Sonic 2, man. Sonic 2, I got that Christmas or whatever year that was. And that game just, oh man. I beat that game, had to beat that game about 13 times, man. Just Sonic 2 was like, that's one of my favorite. That's my favorite game of all time. Because it just blew me away.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I just remember how I felt.
It's a solid choice as well.
Yeah.
And that's something a lot of people forget about this medium is that it's not just about numbers and stats.
Mhm.
It's about the human element of whatever it is that you're experiencing. Because that's what it is. It's an experience. Dirt, what's the best console of all
the
time?
nicest thing that you've ever said to a guest.
Ooh. No,
Uh,
I always fight between
This guy.
the 360 and the PS1 because both of those consoles is like
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Again,
fun.
just like the best game of all time. Pick one, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to fight. Oh, okay, I will probably say I would say the PS1 because it was a very special time of my life. when
There
that
we
console-
go. There we go. Okay, we have
Barely,
liftoff,
barely,
ladies and gentlemen.
barely.
PlayStation 1. Hey, man, a
wow.
win is a win. All right.
And you're in desperate
Next,
need of one.
Let's
we
see. That's how he
Dude.
explodes. You see him explode right there.
Uh,
That's what I'm saying.
I
This
did not
man.
explode. I did.
Different
That
part of
was
my life at the time.
that was like a tiny eruption. That was a tiny eruption. That was not an explosion. Silent Cipher says, "Oh yeah, off to work today, so I get to be the early bird." Hey man, keep it coming, man. Also, if you want to just lurk
Appreciate
there, no pressure, bruv. Thank you for supporting us. Seriously. Dorian Gray says, "Me, Neo Automata. Ooh, best game of all time. Nice. Dreamcast. Okay, solid choice." And the most difficult of all the questions, Dirt. Again, no fence sitting. What is the best
He ain't finna
current
fence sit.
console?
He
So
ain't
that's the
finna fence
PS5, Series X or
That's
S, and the Nintendo Switch. Yes, even the Nintendo Switch is part of the current console cycle. I'm sorry. The numbers say it's part of the current console cycle. Go.
So, Xbox Series X. That's an easy one for me.
uh,
Why?
Because I like it.
Why?
Because it's my favorite console right now. I love the Xbox ecosystem. They provide me what I want
Why do you love it?
because I love it. I mean, I don't know
What do you want him to say, Loke? What? He ain't trying to
know what
convince
you
you.
He ain't quantifying it. No, it's not to
Oh my-
convince me. I'm just trying to find some reasoning. I'm not saying he shouldn't love it. I'm just looking for some reasoning. Like the last guest we had on was talking about accessibility.
Okay.
That is an actual like quantifiable.
He just said ecosystem.
Metric. Say this is the best.
I did just say the ecosystem. The ecosystem.
Did you say
because
ecosystem?
I do love how I can. I'm not a PC gamer, right?
Go
I
go
do
ahead,
love
Dirk.
how I can go back and play 360 games, Xbox One games, a few Xbox games, and I love the things that Xbox is doing right now. I know some things are still lingering from the Xbox One generation, but I'm looking at the future and I love the console. I love it.
All right, got to love it. Got to love it. Thanks for answering the questions, bruv. It's very nice, like to get more background on the guests that we have on, and have a little chat about what we like and don't like, obviously. In the chat, Cypher says, Loke busting some chops today. He likes the console. Leave him be. All right, fine.
exactly.
Smash the like.
Exactly.
Smash the like button. Smash the like button and ring the bell because just like PlayStation, we are
Ooh,
aware that PC
stank
gaming
maw?
makes up most of the gaming market after mobile. So, ladies,
Hey,
sorry, there's no
bro,
ladies
it's
here.
good to
Yes.
see you, but geez, Louise,
What happened to Stankma?
we know Stank Maw's
Mid-station.
preferred console is
Mid-station.
PlayStation. He calling his
Lord.
own console.
He's
Alright.
he's spitting. He is spitting. In the
Okay.
chat.
All right. So before we start, Superman, me, Ham, and Matt are curious about something because you come here every week, right? But we're curious. This is not like an attack. We're not shaming you or anything. We're just curious. We want to know, bruv. Why do you subscribe every week, right? Participate heavily in the chat and then unsubscribe and retract all your comments?
Let him know.
We are all very curious to know what's going on. Like, do you
You
love
alright,
us
bro?
and also hate us? What's really going on? And also feel free to like write a Bible where you explain. You're like 600 words of text. It's fine. We're very curious. We want to know what's cutting. Big Mad Mo, welcome, bruv. Welcome. Stank Mo, thanks for coming through,
We'll
man.
get to that.
So, we had the showcase, and let's discuss the games. The games. Okay, before we start with the games, Dirt, as our special guest, give us a rating on the show and why you give that rating.
Okay, now is it a numerical rating from 1 to 10 or
Yes,
you
1 to
know,
10. 1 to 10.
I give about a 4 out of 10.
Ooh.
Why?
Well, 2 years of not having a showcase. Thought they would have had a little bit more first party there. They only had what 4 first party studios there. Um, I just thought that most of the games they showed didn't interest me personally because you are asking me, so they didn't interest me personally. I thought Spider-Man looked fine.
Mm-mm.
Um, Honestly, I don't mind CGI trailers, right? When it's your first showing. So they showed a couple of CGI trailers. Haven's game, I can't remember the name right now. The first game they showed, that seems
Fair
to be
game.
some type of who?
It's called Fair Game.
Yeah, fair game. That seems to be some type of heist or like what's the name of that? Payback,
Payday.
payday type of
Yeah,
like
Payday.
style of game. That's fine. But the other one, the Firewalk, that game showed that CGI trailer showed nothing. Like all I saw was like a moving hamburger. Like what the hell is that?
Yep.
That
Yeah. That was.
if it's a CGI trailer, it should at
What
least
are you
show
doing?
something the game is about. And that what the hell is this game about? And we heard that like it's FPS, but that shouldn't have even been there because they just bought that studio. Was it like 2 weeks ago? So I just thought it was underwhelming because I know PlayStation, like maybe people say, yo, PlayStation usually have banger shows. Most of the time they have decent shows, but this one just wasn't good to me at all. Just, it was a lot of filler in there. To like, Spider-Man, it looked fine. About a 10-minute showcase of Spider-Man, cool. But a lot of people, I guess maybe the expectations was higher because a lot of people, a lot of media guys that have good track records were saying the show's gonna be fire. This is gonna be there, that's gonna be there, and none of that stuff was there. I was expecting factions, but with an update today, we know why that wasn't there. I was expecting some Wolverine because this is not a state of play. This was their showcase. This was their equivalent of E3, and they haven't been there in 2 years. So I was expecting something a little better.
That's pretty
4
fair.
out of 10 for Dirt. Let's go to the chat real quick. Snackbar says, nah, CGI trailers are unacceptable. Well, to be fair, 90% of PlayStation gaming is CGI watching cutscenes, so
I think
no
it's
one's
okay
really
if
complaining.
it's the first
Dorian
showing,
Gray.
the first
Dorian
showing.
Gray says, Dorian Gray says, I remember Fair Game because the chick in the trailer was hot. She was pretty hot. Fuck You said it had a few games I liked, but overall it was a weak show and too much much of not actual gameplay. Bruv. Proofread before you press enter. Ham Solo, what did you think? What's your score for the show and why?
I gave it. I feel like I was generous. I gave it a 6 because it had some games in there that I was somewhat interested in playing. Helldivers was one of them. Let's see. Like I don't know. I feel weird giving Metal Gear anything because like let me go on ahead and keep it like $1.50 real quick. Like damn well if it was a Xbox showcase showing a third party game, it would not be added
Man.
to the aggregate score.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping it
To
honest.
whose aggregate score?
Just the majority's aggregate score. I mean, look at what some of the like I feel like I'm being kind giving it a 6. Really. I feel like I'm being way too kind giving it a 6. But like what I'm trying to do is not sit here and call a game trash a million times and then wind up playing it and liking it. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of credit, like, oh, this might, because a lot of that stuff I've seen, I don't even know what the heck it is. Like like Marathon. Like I understand that's an old IP. But what was that? You just watch I just watched somebody slow motion fall get killed and then get robbed. And that was the end of the trailer. The person I spent the most time with got robbed, and I don't even know how they died. So like so like that, the burger game, the burger delivery looking game. Like I don't know what was going on. It looked like it could be interesting. I'm not sure if like Burger King, McDonald's or something sponsored this or Carl's Jr. And we stopping at Carl's Jr. in between fights and leveling up and getting
Did you write these jokes
getting
down?
our skill tree, no, I didn't. I'm just saying maybe getting your skill tree.
That
from
sounds
Carl's
messy.
Jr.
That sounds hella messy.
I'm just saying I don't know what's going on over here. But I'm just saying my guess is as good as yours. That's all I gotta say. My guess is as good as yours because I don't know what the heck I just got done watching, but it was a lot of I don't know mixed with games that I like that one cat game. I was like, is that a mobile game? Is that a phone game? No. I mean, and I'm thinking it was an indie game. I'm just like, Square Enix has showed that they don't want my interest.
You don't
Square
like
Enix.
phone?
Well, you are black. You are black, though.
I mean, I don't know what that means.
Wait, what?
But
Hold on, what?
but if you're trying to
said you are
say
Final
that,
Fantasy 16. Look it up.
yeah, I feel what you're saying now.
yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah,
understand what you're saying now.
right. So
All
I'm
right.
just like, goodness
Go ahead and finish
gracious,
it. Go ahead.
I just don't know what to do with that showcase. Like I went in there anticipating, especially after I seen Jim Ryan on the screen right at the beginning. I was like, oh, okay, they came with their guns today. They brought Jim Ryan to the center stage, and he's here introducing us to the showcase.
Just didn't load him.
And then the first game I see looks like Payday, and it has this, it has the music that goes to it, and it's like, all right, I feel like it's maybe getting me into it a little bit, but I was watching a few different people do their showcase for the game, right? Because you know how like watch parties, like me and you were on 108 Dragons, and
yeah.
I was watching a few PlayStation fans do some of those show. Man, I've never seen so many. Like I've never seen anybody that angry at a show before. Like that was, I seen some people unfold like I ain't seen them unfold in maybe like since like maybe their early content. Like they just completely unfold. We don't accept that here. Xbox might accept that, but we don't accept. And I'm just like, bro, like y'all hurting watching this, watching your own showcase, and it's like me and Matt were talking about this. This is like, it's like Jim Ryan's. This is like you're up to bat. This is your showcase. Sean ain't here. Sean is done. No more Sean Layden moves. These are all you, big dog. What you gonna show us? What you gonna show us? He showed us all of whatever, a whole bunch of third-party stuff. PC, hitting all over on those games. And then all of a sudden, he shows back up and says, you like streaming? This ain't even cloud, dog. This ain't even cloud. So if you using this at your McDonald's, you better tell your girl to get off your PlayStation. I mean, it's
I
just.
swear, this segment.
And then they
was for
said
you to,
have
like,
some
it
earphones
was
with
two.
it.
It's a 2-minute segment, bro. Lord,
Well, this 2 minutes got demolished because I'm
you
sorry.
were milking this
I had to
harder than
lean.
Rockstar is milking GTA 5, bro.
I'm sorry. I had to lean in,
God
bro.
damn.
It was very
It's
necessary.
powder at this point. There's no milk coming out. It's just powder. Jeez. All right, then.
You know, I feel like
6
it's
out of 10.
possibly
Jesus
just
Christ.
powder for you because that's how you feel right now. You feel down in the dumps.
Uh,
You're trying to support your 8 and you're losing
Y'all need to stop.
all credibility.
Y'all need to stop projecting, okay? Let's go to the comments before we finish up with Matt's rating for the show. Stankmo says, "How are they going to show MGS3 with no gameplay? Come on, man, dude. We know what Metal Gear is. They're just going to upgrade the graphics. It is what it is. It's like when they said they're going to remake Final Fantasy VII. Everyone that loved the original Final Fantasy VII is cool with the remake. You know what you're buying into, okay? The only issue now is that it's Konami instead of Square. I mean, Square might have like a skin color problem. They don't have a dev problem. Konami, they do have a dev problem, especially with Kojima gone. Dorian Gray says all the Metal Gear games are exact same but up-resed. Dorian Gray, I'm muting whatever you say for the next like 10 minutes, dude. You just lost all credibility in the chat.
Don't worry about it.
You nothing you say now
Speak your truth.
makes sense.
Speak your truth, Dorian.
All right.
Speak what you got to say, Dorian. Don't listen to this.
Speak
phony.
your truth.
Don't listen to this.
You see,
phony right now.
when you have to resort to your truth, when you have to resort to your truth,
Don't listen to this degenerate.
Silent Cypher says they bounced Jim Ryan out of the old folks' home for the day so he could be included, Lord in heaven. Superman says the ponies have left the stables. BG tried to tell me Spider-Man 2 will be bigger than Starfield. He is in for a rude awakening. Okay. No one was feeling the show. Dorian Gray says no, Dorian Gray, you're in timeout. Matt, what's your score and why? Go ahead.
I give this a 4. And the only reason I give it a 4 is because Spider-Man looked actually better than I thought it would. Otherwise, this show is a 2 or a 3. Because it is called a PlayStation showcase. You showed me not a thing. Not a thing to be excited for on my PlayStation.
They showed you Spider-Man.
That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks at max. I'm going to have that beat. Out of the next 18 months? 2 years? I mean, what we doing? It's like that did nothing for me. That was a terrible showcase. It was an insult to my time. It was an insult to everyone else's time. And like, I'll rate it on 2 different scales. Like 4 out of 10 for PlayStation Showcase. For a third-party showcase, that would have been a great summer game. That would have been.
Just to confirm, you said 2 out of 10. You said 2 out of 10
for a PlayStation Showcase.
You said 2 out of 10. All right.
No, I said 4 out of 10 because
you said 4.
Because Spider-Man. Yeah, because Spider-Man showed the way it showed. If Spider-Man didn't show the way it showed, that would
be real. Spider-Man was 2 points.
Yeah, Spider-Man looked phenomenal. Looked amazing. But
2 points itself.
This would be a great Summer Games Fest show. Like, if this was Jeff Keighley's show, this would be great. Because, like, all this show served to do was get me excited about Xbox. Because I'm playing most of what they showed on my Xbox. So it's like Metal Gear, that Teardown game that's on PC. That's a really awesome game. People don't talk about. That's an awesome game. You've got I need to look at that graphic real quick. Yeah. Okay. So Immortals of Avium, Ghost Runner 2, Marathon, Metal Gear Solid, Alan Wake 2, Teardown, and Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's all on Xbox.
Damn.
So I mean, it's like you had a third-party show, but you called it the PlayStation Showcase. It wasn't necessary. Wasn't necessary.
All right. Superman
sweating?
said Jim said we're live service. I'm good. Jim said, Superman said, Jim said we're a live service company now. Open your wallets. FYI, everyone says open your wallets, even Nintendo. Petron with a 3 says, so according to Jason Schreier, Bungie evaluate the longevity of Naughty Dog's factions and sent them directly to tier C bin with cut resources and all. Think about this, people. Yeah, the whole faction thing, we actually did discuss it at the top of the show. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. As for my score, I will be addressing it in the last point. All right, so stay tuned for the end of the show. Anyways, the first game we'll be discussing from.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
We gotta
Well,
wait
I
till the
mean-
end of the show to hear your score, but we're
we got to
talking
wait till
about
the end of the
scores
show
right
to
now.
hear his score, and then he's gonna end the show as soon as he's done, so we can't say
that's
anything.
the
Yeah,
strategy.
okay.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
Let me know,
fine,
Max.
that's
Let me
how he
know,
likes
Max.
to
I was
cheat.
wondering.
Fine, let's do this.
He's
No,
cheating.
let's do this. Fine. The last point this week will be the first point, and then at the end, I'll do another last point because I'm hot like that. Ladies and gentlemen, my score is 8 out of 10. That's my score. All right, it's 8 out of 10. Superman says
capping.
no capping allowed. I'm not capping.
He's capping.
I'm not capping.
No, he
It's
is
8
capping.
out of 10.
Eight.
Now let me break it down. See, when you're giving your scores for your 2s, your 3s, and your 4s, I let you guys
No
spit
one
all
gave
your
it a
drivel.
two.
I told you why. Yeah.
Right?
I want to
No
know
one
why.
gave it a
I
two.
let you speak all your blasphemy. All right? I let that
Speak on it, bud.
I let that raw sewage slide. Would you let me do
on it,
my
bud.
part? All right? It's 8 out of 10. All right? Why? Why? Because I don't give a crap about Sony. I don't give a fart in the wind about Xbox. All right? Like I've been saying for years on this podcast, everyone that follows knows my favorite statement. I want these companies to serve me. All right? I'm not like these fanboys. I don't care. Whoever serves me, that's all I care about. And I'm not even loyal to you. I'll play whatever it is that's great on your console as soon as the moment the competition is better, I'm out. Because I don't care about you. You don't pay nothing. You add $0 in my life. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, you add nothing to my life. The day one of these companies or platforms starts putting money in my pocket, I'll start caring about their well-being. I don't give two shits if Sony's in trouble. I don't care. Gaming will always exist without Sony. Gaming will always exist without Xbox. Gaming will always exist without Nintendo. It's fine. So when I watch that showcase and every other showcase, I'm not looking at, what does PlayStation have for me? What game do they have that's gonna keep me happy about my choice? What game do they have to validate my purchase? I don't give a shit about no PlayStation to that level. I care about what games do you have to offer me. I don't care if it's exclusive or not. I just want to know which one of my controllers am I going to be using. Am I going to be using the black one? Am I going to be using the white one? That's all I care about. All right? So this showcase, mostly the black one.
Yeah.
Because Xbox knows that Africa exists. PlayStation is still like, nah, Africa is one country. So for me, if you're going to set roadblocks for me to make a purchase, then I'm going to avoid I'm going to avoid giving you money as much as possible. Xbox, I just put in my credit card, my cash card, any card that I have in Mozambique works on the Xbox. PlayStation is like, nah, man. Go to those third-party sites. Figure some shit out. Do some digital fraud, right? And then you can buy games from us. I ain't down for that shit. So most of those games, every single third party that ever releases, I'm buying on Xbox because Xbox is just easier for me to use. All right, but I'm definitely getting Spider-Man on PlayStation. Other than that, I don't see any other game on PlayStation I'm going to be buying to play because everything else is coming to Xbox as well. And again, I will say it for the 1,000th time, Xbox knows that the rest of the African continent exists. So again, it's 8 out of 10 because I saw some bangers, absolute bangers. And I don't care if Sony's struggling to make first-party game. I don't give two shits. Xbox can do the exact same thing, but if all those games are bangers, I don't give a fuck about. They don't have one exclusive on Xbox. I don't care about exclusive. Exclusives benefit Xbox. They don't benefit me. The fuck. So yeah, that's my 8 out of 10. If you're worried about exclusivity and all that shit, go and check your stocks and all the profits you're making from all these companies.
All right, look.
I don't make 1 red cent from Sony. I don't make it from Xbox. So screw all this talk about 2 out of 10. I don't care.
All right. Look,
Nobody gave it a 12.
I hear that, and I got one question for you. After you explained all that, I still need you to give me a reason why you gave it an 8 out of 10 because you didn't talk about any of the games.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem. Spider-Man 2, fantastic. I can't wait. I'm going to replay the first Spider-Man, and I'm going to finally play Black Spider-Man. Metal Gear Solid 3.
You talking about Venom? Or
dude, you know how I feel. You know how I feel
whatever.
about Black Spider-Man.
Miles
Morales.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, as a character, the problem is, unlike you guys, I found out about Miles Morales in the comics. All right, so that's my problem.
Fine.
Anyway, and I struggled to extrapolate the comics from the video game. Metal Gear Solid 3. Anyone that knows me knows I worship at the altar of Kojima. So
yeah, I was like 4 points
buying
for you right
MGS3
there.
remake day one. Yep, and I'm getting the whole collection. I'm already talking to a couple of people in Europe. If there's like a special shove your fist down, whatever edition that has a statue of Snake and maybe a little head of Kojima on it as well, I'm down. All right, I'm down. I don't give a fuck how much it costs. I'm doing that shit. Next, Alan Wake 2. I was very psyched for this one. Hated it. Hated the fact that it's not Alan Wake. It's Alan Wake and Alita Wake. That wasn't fun. Final Fantasy Racist. Bullshit. Dragon Dogma. Boring. Fair Game. That's a good game. Talos Principle 2. I like that one. I played the first one. Didn't 100% it, but I like puzzles. So that's a good game that I like. Foam Stars made me uncomfortable. Plucky Squire, boring kiddie game. Not my thing. Phantom Blade Zero. Guys, see, this is why I didn't want to get into the games, because I wanted to go through all these games with you guys, right? But essentially, it's 8 out of 10 because there's so many great, and I mean this, great in terms of potential games that they announced. So the only people that are upset, as far as I'm concerned, are people that worship these companies that care less about them than the prostitute they think is in love with them. Those are the only people upset at this showcase. Everyone else that's there for the games, we eating good. The PC gamers, the PlayStation gamers that just want to play games, the Xbox gamers that just want to play games, we eating good. You know who's struggling right now? You know who's struggling? The people that need exclusives to justify their purchase. Oh yeah. Those people, the clout chasers, oh man, they down bad. Everyone else is just looking at all these great games. Sword of the Sea, cannot freaking wait for this. This is going to be delicious. So don't come to me with all this crap about it. It was a bad show. It was a bad show for all these cloud chasers. For gamers, for people that just want to play the games.
I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Loke, saying that everybody that's seen that
welcome,
was only
Sarge.
looking for first party stuff. I mean, sure, first party stuff was important
for what,
but even some of the third party or coming to PC stuff, I left not knowing anything about what I just saw.
Yes.
That
That's 100%.
to me, that was the biggest issue. Is
Welcome,
all of this stuff.
Gaming. Welcome, Sarge.
All of this stuff that was slightly interesting had zero gameplay.
What?
Had zero gameplay. So I mean, sure,
So
you
let's
may
get
be
into the games.
you may be excited about some of the splash or splash screens or like just a quick zoom into Snake. Sure, I can understand, especially the whole Metal Gear thing. I can understand that one because everybody already knows what that is.
Hold on, Ham.
You don't need to do a whole like
hold on.
play a whole bunch of play for that. What, Loke? What?
I'm sorry. We need to acknowledge the chat. First off, thank you to everyone for coming through. Thank you for bringing all the salt and all the love in the chat. Oh my God, Decado said, "Man, not gonna lie. If he was my pastor, I would probably show up to church. Preach, brother, preach. Loke is your pastor."
Oh, you stopped me to fill yourself. I got
There we
you.
go. Go ahead, finish off. Yes. It's one of my points this year. I'm going to be less humble. I'm going to be less humble. Go ahead, man.
Okay. All right. But as I just got done saying, like even if you were even if this was a summer games
Man,
fest,
I love this.
Even if this was a summer games fest, I'm not going to give this a pass. If you've been rocking with me for a while, I've been giving Jeff Keighley hella low scores on his shows. Because his shows don't get a whole lot out of them, in my opinion. The one thing I got out of one of his last shows was Call of Duty. And that made me excited.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty thing made me pretty excited. And I think there's like, I think Judas made me excited.
Mm-hmm.
Very few things, and I'm just keeping it a buck with all of these showcases. Like if you're showing me something and an IP that I don't know, never heard of, never seen, why are you giving me this weird abstract, just quick look at something and then a name? So at the end of it, I don't even understand what I saw, so I'm not going to hold retention to it that much. And I felt like that was the only thing I really held attention to. I held attention more to the burger than the dang name of the game. Just because that burger looked nasty to me.
Okay, nasty patty.
Marathon, the only reason I know that is the only reason I know Marathon is because it's an old IP. If there was no old IP attached to that, I probably wouldn't remember that game's name right now. I'm saying there's multiple games, especially the first party ones from PlayStation, where it's like, you showed me nothing and you gave me nothing to look forward to. Even the third party games, to be continued for a lot of them. We will no dates for like anything
Some
that I was
not even a
interested
window.
in. Yeah, some not even a window. So I mean, like, you're telling people they didn't like it just because of the first party. I'm saying, like, bro, there was a laundry list of reasons that showcase was fucking not right.
Yeah.
The
first party.
The star of the show is the first party not really being there. That is like the big thing. But the second thing is the tone deafness of putting out a streaming device. Loke, were you interested in that? Do you want to go around to the other room and play your game?
Oh, no.
That's as tone
warm
deaf as it gets.
Yeah.
Showing Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah.
During the show.
We can't forget
Come
about that.
on, bruh.
I didn't mind the movie.
And those two things were near the end of the showcase. That's in the last 15 minutes of your showcase. You're going to show me that
movie
stuff.
trailer. A movie trailer.
What?
And you didn't
That's
even
It
talk
was
about
ramping up, man.
didn't even
That was
talk about the game.
The best
It's like
part of
the
the show.
It's like the game didn't even exist. There was no new track, no
Okay.
new car to go with
Okay.
it, not even that avatar of the person that's in the movie to be like nothing. It was just like, here's the movie that we're working on. Bye. Make sure you go see that. Oh, wait.
Yep.
Before you see the last thing, here's a streaming device and a pair of headphones or earbuds. Now go watch Spider-Man for a little while. And hopefully you enjoy it, because this is literally trying to save our show right now, because it was trash. Like,
100%.
I don't know, man. That's just how I feel about it. Y'all hit that like button if y'all kicking it. I appreciate y'all being here and whatnot.
Can we get to the games? Can we start
Yeah,
discussing
sure.
the
Yeah,
game? Or
yeah,
Dirk,
yes,
Dirk,
yes,
you
let's-
sound like you want to say
Let's
something.
please get to the games, because that will
Let's
be
get
exciting.
to these games.
Let's go. Pick a game. Pick a game.
That's
Lo.
very ironic, Em.
Pick a game.
Oh my god. Are you challenging me like, oh, a PlayStation ain't got no games? Is that what you're coming with now? This guy.
Game Loke.
Dirt, you sounded like you wanted to say something when Ham was going off.
I just agree with with Ham. I agree with what he said. I think
Yep.
when we watch these showcases, these E3 showcases, or this, just showcases now since E3 is dead, it's their big show. Why was people kind of mad at Xbox show last year? Because they only showed 12 months and not a future roadmap, right? Xbox has a roadmap. A lot of these games, were far out when they announced them, but they have a roadmap. So us as Xbox fans, we have a future that we're excited for. If you're a PlayStation fan, you wanted to see Wolverine. You wanted to see factions. You wanted to see something new announced. Now, they had a couple of new things, but you can tell that these games are extremely far away, because hell, they just bought Haven, was it 2 years ago or last year? They literally just bought Firewalk, like 2 weeks ago. So these games are far away, and that's fine for games to be far away, because Xbox announced some of their games years ago, but they didn't announce anything at this show. Spider-Man 2, we know that was going to look pretty good, right? I don't think nobody's surprised by it. Did it blow me away? No, it didn't blow me away personally. I think it looks very similar to Miles Morales on the PS5, because that game was already beautiful. But I think that people being upset with the show, I think they're justified, because I thought the show was very underwhelming. And I'm not just saying that as an Xbox dude. Most people are saying that, including hardcore PlayStation fans. They were excited to see more.
MBG looked
I need to
shuffled.
challenge you on one thing.
It happens.
Dirt, I want to ask you something real quick. The fact that most people are saying it, does that make it true though?
No, it doesn't make it true, but sometimes majority
then.
wins.
No, I'm just saying you put it out there almost like it's something that we
No,
can
but-
use it
but
as
the
a
majority-
grading tool or whatever.
What I'm
but
trying to say, these hardcore
ahead.
PlayStation fans who cap for everything PlayStation, even they were super disappointed. So that's saying something to
Exactly.
me. That's
It's
saying
like
something to me.
If the fans who are like obviously it's a minority of people, because most people aren't on Twitter, but like if the fans who are on Twitter, who are usually the fans who will accept anything, it's on both sides, accept anything that PlayStation does, accept anything that Xbox does. You had the fans who accept anything PlayStation does were vocally upset about this. We're like actually really mad about the show. So it's like, if even those guys are upset, then it's like, okay, maybe there is something wrong with what they just showed us. Because
no, if
No,
even
we'll-
those,
we'll-
dude,
we'll
you're
see.
just reiterating my point.
No, Loke.
You're
No,
just
Loke. What he's
reiterating
trying
my
to say. No, Loke. What he's trying to say is, hey, I watched it and I didn't enjoy it.
yes,
But not only did I not enjoy it, their diehards didn't enjoy it either. So
So
that is
Yes.
that is backing up my opinion, and it feels even more further. I mean, it's like if Zelda came out and it was bad, and you're like, man, this game is bad, and then you see a bunch of Nintendo fans hop on and say this game is garbage. It's like, okay, so it's not just me. I'm not crazy.
Yes.
right.
That's the way I got. That's the way I'm feeling about it. We're not trying to
Real quick,
sway your decision, Loke. Hey, if you sit on
Yeah,
that
you're
8,
you're
have
you're
the
the
8.
bro.
But like
Enjoy.
for
You
me,
loved it. Enjoy.
for me, I didn't like it for multiple reasons. I have one reason that stands above a lot of than a lot of them, sure. But I tell you what, like seeing that other people didn't like it as much or if less than I did, like it just made me feel like, you know, I'm not completely wild in this thought process. Like I didn't enjoy it, and neither did a ton of people that I would go to sometimes look at their opinion before I buy a game. Because I tell you what, when I'm not interested, I mean, like when I'm interested in seeing how good a game is, like for instance, Call of Duty, I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan. I'll go watch Lemon. Lemon will tell me if Call of Duty's broke because he plays it every day. If I want to get if I want to get a review from Horizon Forbidden West, I'll probably go watch Broken Games because he loves that game. I hate it. So having somebody come listen to me about my views on it is a waste of time because I'm going to tell you how terrible it is, and BG is going to tell you how great it is. Who do you want to listen to?
There you go.
It's to me, it's just that simple.
I don't want to listen to people that worship the system. Like me, for example,
Not-
I wouldn't direct anyone to come and watch my review of Death Stranding or any Metal Gear Solid game if they wanted an objective review, right? If you want an impassioned look at the franchise, at the game, at the characters, etc., come watch my shit, all right? But if you're looking for objectivity, I'm not your guy. If you're looking for objectivity, whoever you just brought up that loves PlayStation, for example, that's not your guy. If you're looking for objectivity when you want to buy a game, you want to look for guys like the guy that I listen to is ACG. This guy has no partisan views. He doesn't sleep next to one of these consoles or the PC. If a game's good, he'll tell you it's good. If it's crap, it's crap. That's who you listen to if you want reviews.
But it's still his opinion, though.
Yes.
It's still his opinion.
True. Let's
hold
go to
on.
the
You
chat
like
real quick.
ACG. You like
Okay,
ACG.
finish your point.
But it's still his opinion, though. So you agree with his style
Yes.
of reviewing, but that doesn't mean that he's the majority. He's just one guy that you like. So what we're saying is that if there's PlayStation fanboys who worship the console, as you say, they worship the console, and even they said it was dog shit. That's something to look at. Like, damn, let me know. But it's all based on opinion, though. At the end of the day.
All right, let's go to the chat real quick. Silent Cypher says IGN wasn't disappointed. They wanted Sony to fart in their faces some more. Listen, I love me some IGN. Everyone knows this.
God bless
Some
the
of my
chat.
best articles IGN published. But Lord in heaven, I
forgot that we had an IGN
some of
guy
their
on our
tweets,
chat.
and
I mean, on our
there's
channel.
no way to defend them. There
forgot
is no way to defend what's happening as far as coverage of the showcase is concerned. That was just,
A little cringe. A little bit cringe.
woo. Anyways, let's get to the games, people. Otherwise, the 2-hour show is going to turn into a 3-hour show. Usually, I like that when we're dunking on other stuff. I don't really enjoy dunking on PlayStation, so let's keep it tight. All right. Oh my Lord, it's been an hour, and we haven't started. It's been an hour, and we haven't started the show. Anyways, Michael Raymond says, "Are you guys going to talk about Games Radar. No, we will not be talking about Games Radar. I hope not. Ham, can I send you the link to the tweet? Because if other people want to hear about it, then maybe we should talk about it.
You have to
Can I
send
send you
it
the
to
link?
you have to send it to Twitter. Don't send it to
All right.
Discord because I can't do anything with that right now.
All right. I'll send it just now. Let's start with the first game we're going to discuss today from the showcase. Spider-Man 2. Dirt, what were your thoughts on what you saw from Spider-Man 2? Go.
Honestly, I thought it looked fine. Did it blow me away? No. Some of the it looks like Spider-Man. This is the third Spider-Man game in 5 years, so I'm not going to say that they didn't show anything that blew me away. It looks fine, and that's all I can say. I mean, like I said, Miles Morales was a beautiful game. Beautiful. Some of the stuff that game did, I was like, yo, it's pretty dope. But me personally, 3 single player games in 3 years, I think that's kind of like, okay. I understand Spider-Man is a huge character, is a huge thing, but I don't think at this point anything a Spider-Man game will blow me away at this point. Unlike the first one they did in 2018, it's like, oh, look at that, he's flying through buildings, he's swinging through buildings, and that's pretty cool. At this point, yeah, that's pretty dope. So because those games are so good, and Insomniac is such a good developer in the past, that footage it looks good. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't blow me away.
All right. Ham Solo, Spider-Man 2. Thoughts?
I kind of hang with dirt on this one. Like, it didn't blow me away, and that's only because I feel like it didn't blow me away because I knew this had to be at the showcase, and really that's why it didn't blow me away. Because I think being able to be Venom, you see him do that bicycle kick on him on the wall, like I'm telling you, like it looks like it's gonna be fun. Looks like you got some new moves. You got the wingsuit now, which is really dope.
Yobi, welcome.
I'm definitely happy with with a lot of what I've seen with Spider-Man. They definitely did some new stuff with some of the textures. The water looks a lot different than it did before. So there's some really good takeaways to take from Spider-Man, but I'd say I'd say this was a really good showing in my opinion for Spider-Man. I kind of wish that when they did the video, they did 60 FPS instead of 30. That would have been pretty nice to see it running at 60. But really, I mean, that's just kind of nitpicking. Really, I mean, I thought it was. Yeah. I thought that very last bit of the show is the energy that I expected for prior parts of the show, and that I didn't get.
The whole show.
Right, because when I seen Spider-Man,
let's
it was like an is kind of a on your feet moment, right? That's kind of how I felt with Spider-Man.
Like, pay attention.
Like, yeah. It had my attention. If I yawned multiple times during the showcase. I was not yawning during Spider-Man.
You stayed awake though.
I was awake.
All right. Superman said Spider-Man was good, but it's more of the same. It's a sequel. What do you expect? Dorian Gray says, I just don't get it. Spider-Man does nothing for me. Wow, that is a take. As soon as you got out of the silent mode, right? You came out with another one. All right, back to detention for you, Dorian Gray. Welcome, Blind Giant.
Like Spider-Man.
I'll listen to that.
Big man, dude. Spider-Man sucks. According to Dorian Gray, Spider-Man sucks and Metal Gear sucks. This guy.
Oh, one of them.
So you're taking it personal. Luke's taking it personal.
Yeah.
Got it.
Here's the thing. If Dorian Gray didn't say Metal Gear Solid, Luke would be fine. Luke would be fine. He wouldn't even be acknowledging it. Mm-hmm. But he said Metal Gear Solid. Now Luke's a little salty.
Big Mad Loke, what?
Listen. There's rules.
Exactly.
There are rules in this podcast. All right.
Don't insult
Big Mad
Metal
Mo
Gear
says
Solid.
more swinging and QTEs. Gogo Po, welcome, bruv. Gogo Po says this is bad, and a lot of people feel the same. This is karma. Karma? All right, man. All right, sure. Michael Raymond, I'm mad that New York City looks exactly the same as the last one. So unrealistic how a city doesn't reconstruct itself. All right, I see what you did there. Well done. Well done. Superman saying I'm capping. Sure, man. Sure. All right, Matt, what is your thoughts on Spider-Man 2?
I mean, yeah, I said it before. I thought Spider-Man 2, like, I expected it to look good. It looked better than I expected it to look. So I'm very happy with the showing. It, like Ham said, I mean, it was kind of the energy I wanted all show. But at least they closed the show right. They closed the show right because that was a really good showing. The only thing I'm a little upset about is they're kind of in a lose-lose situation for me personally because it's like obviously you got to show the game. I just wish I didn't see the wingsuit because I wanted that. I would have liked that to have been a surprise. I thought that would have been a really cool surprise, but
man, the
they
chat
showed it.
really. Okay. Chat is not liking the PlayStation showcase. Jesus, so many caps talking to me. Superman's telling me to bend the knee. Bro, I will bend the knee when we end the show and you don't unsubscribe and retract all your comments. Can we do that? Anyway, Dirt, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man 2?
I told you already. But
Yeah, he already told you.
Dirt? Oh, sorry,
Gave
Matt.
you his thoughts.
Ham. Sorry, I'm getting lost.
What?
Lost. Ham, go on.
I
Spider-Man
already
2.
went.
What?
I already went as well. We all
Are you okay?
already went.
we all went.
Lucas
Really?
lost in the
Luke's
sauce.
not even
Honestly,
here.
I'm panicking. I'm panicking about the rest of the games. I'm panicking about the rest of the
He
game.
doesn't know what to choose.
It's
He
about
doesn't
to
know
be
what
like
choose.
after FGS3, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty. Anyway, Metal Gear Solid 3. Dirt, go.
He's picking all the best
That's
ones.
MGS
First.
3.
He's gonna run out
No.
real quick.
Even though it was
What?
just a little teaser,
What?
even though like you asked me about
Mhm.
about Metal Gear Solid 3, I said even though it was a little teaser, that was my favorite Metal Gear game. Loved it. I'm excited. I'm really excited because we find out it's coming to Xbox also. That's my preferred platform. So yeah, I thought it started off weird. I was like, what the hell is this game? Like, what is this? Then I said, oh, there goes Snake. There it is. So yeah, I'm extremely excited for that one. I think it's about time that game gets remade. Now,
The man
you
has
mentioned
taste.
earlier, you mentioned it earlier. They have just
What?
updated the graphics. No, they have to update that game like Resident Evil 4. The
Oh, yeah,
gameplay
the
needs updating
buttons.
also. That game,
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
no.
Those
Yes,
buttons are
so-
terrible.
yeah, bro. I had played it not too
So,
long ago.
it's not just
Right.
graphics, but also a little bit with the gameplay. But what they
absolutely.
wanted to do in their statement was make it clear that they're not going to touch most of like the story beats,
Oh yeah,
because that's
Sorry.
the biggest
fine.
problem with a lot of remakes.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying,
the
Loke.
way-
If they just changed the, I mean, I'd be disappointed that they didn't do the graphics and stuff like that. But if they just changed the buttons, I'd be happy.
Yeah,
I'd be happy just because I wanted to experience that game, and I've experienced like a little bit of what I played so far. Like I told you a little bit about what I played, and it's a great story, but like some of the combat, it feels like it's like kind of taking me out of the game sometimes.
Mhm.
Because like I go to shoot and I'm like, dude, why am I holding the button to aim first, and then I gotta let go of the button and then he shoots, and like I get it
And
for
you
back
lose the
in the
view
day
as well.
Yeah. I get it for back in the day, because back in the day it didn't matter. I mean, I go back and I play a lot of the games that I used to play, like Sega GT 2002. I was playing that the other day and I was like, you're driving with A. Like A is accelerate, not the trigger.
Yeah.
And I had to go
Yeah,
back
that's
into the
crazy.
settings and switch that because the triggers were set to be for shifting up and down. And I was like, what were they thinking back in the day?
Yeah.
So like,
And you know what?
there's a lot of games. Yeah.
Ham, you know what? You know what happened? I finished Resident Evil 4 remake, right? I said, man, because I never finished the original one, right?
Okay.
When it came to PS2. So I said, so I loved the remake, loved it. So I said, let me play the original one. It's
No.
backwards compatible. I said, "Oh my god, bro, hey Matt, I was like, oh
Can't do it.
hell no, I couldn't
Can't
do
do
it,
it.
bro. It was terrible.
No.
I was like, oh, thank God they remade this game and updated the controls because it was unplayable, bro. It was unplayable.
Mhm.
And it's not even the
It's rough.
graphics or anything like that. It's
No,
not.
like the graphics are fine.
No,
It
It's
was
just the
I
looks
couldn't-
fine.
buttons.
Yeah, it was the buttons, bro. I couldn't.
Just those
You
damn
you
controls.
can't move and shoot. You're stationary when you shoot. It was just terrible. I was like, oh, I understand
Not
for
like I was playing a Wii
2004.
game.
Oh, bro, it was bad. But
Uh.
it came out in 2004. I get it for 2004. But goodness, it was rough, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Matt, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Thoughts?
I'm actually excited. I kind of share the same sentiment with him. I tried playing Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm sure the story's great. I can't get past the gameplay. I really can't put time into that game. So if they can fix the controls and everything, the way it feels, obviously they'll update the visuals. I will happily buy this. I'll happily buy it and give it a shot.
Beat the brakes off of that game. I'm telling you, I was really enjoying that game. I just hated the shooting. I hated the shooting. I hated the looking down, down sights. I felt like it was weird timing when it'd go into first person when I go into the grass. I was like, this is weird timing sometimes, because like I'll feel like I'm completely out of the grass, but I'm still in first person and I can get seen really easily. So there's some fundamental changes that'd be nice to see in the game, that need to be changed. But yeah, that story had me like I was listening. You know how it shows like to the like it has the audio logs when you go to save and then you leave the save menu and it like tells you a story. I was like sitting in and listening to the whole stories because they were interesting, and I was like, this is dope. And then I'd go shoot somebody, and I was like, this isn't that dope. so it's just missing just a hair, and then I'm down. I'm freaking down.
Yeah. Quick question though, because you would know. The Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. That's both platforms, correct? That's all platforms, correct?
Yes.
It's like
yes.
PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Is there
yes.
two? Is there two collections? Because this is Volume 1, and people are talking about Metal Gear Solid 4 needs to come to Xbox.
With the whole Volume 1 thing, everyone's just assuming there's going to be a Volume 2, which it's a safe bet, but we're just assuming there's going to be a Volume 2 that will probably be like the chronological sequel, because it like I was explaining to Ham a couple of weeks ago, technically from the Metal Gear Solid, not the Metal Gear saga, but the Metal Gear Solid saga, MGS3 is actually the first one, story-wise. Right?
Yeah.
And then the second one is MGS 1, and then it's MGS 2, and then it's MGS 4. So we all assuming that when they say Volume 1 is because they're like restarting, but now that they're going to be remaking them, they're going to put them in the correct order. We're all assuming here. As far as the remasters, they're just going to port over the games that aren't on all the consoles and PC, and then they're going to just essentially that remaster and then port. That's the idea.
Okay. Got it.
Gogo Po says the gaming media and screechers pounded Xbox over stupidity since 30 FPS Redfall 2 months ago. It seriously is time Sony had some real humble pie, but I still think they're too arrogant to course correct. Dude, just ask the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan. When you win for too long, it's hard for you to then sit down and say, okay, maybe we need to change. Because the winning re-emphasizes that what you're doing is correct. And then you just assume that just stay doing what you're doing and you'll be fine. You just look at Nintendo. Look at Nintendo. Even the Wii U, a lot of people were like, oh, it's failing and whatever. It kind of did fail in the beginning, but they stayed the course. And they got a big reward. If you look at the sales for the Wii U, it's crazy. So that just reinforced to them their whole mentality of not only just exclusives, but not trying to follow Xbox and Sony and just keep doing their little quirky thing, which has made them number one in gaming, essentially. So, a humble pie, dude, Xbox is going to have to dominate the AAA space for like 10 years. And then PlayStation will sit down and be like, okay, we need to rethink our strategy. That's just me.
I don't know. I think they're already
okay,
rethinking
next.
it.
I hope so. Say that.
Whatever. Next, we had the worst piece of this entire showcase, in my personal opinion, the game streaming device. Dirk, what are your thoughts on this gem that PlayStation decided to highlight right at the end of the show?
So let me understand exactly what this is. This is like remote play, except for you buy a device.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yep.
Dog shit. That's it.
You nailed it. You nailed it, bud.
Dog shit.
And it's like and like now I just saw something that said that the battery life is only 2 hours.
It's like
Did
3
you
to
guys-
4 hours I saw.
Oh, it's 3 to 4 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there like a price up for it?
Not that I've seen.
Oh,
Nope,
you know
nope.
they don't want to show that.
Okay.
That's
I'm not
bad.
interested at all. I wouldn't.
I
be
think it's gonna be
interested at all.
250. I think it's gonna be like 250.
Dude, if that's 250, they're smoking crack, dude. They're on
Serious
drugs. You gotta be on drugs, man. That's not
Well, if you
good.
think about like the Logitech handheld,
That's
which-
overpriced as shit too.
that thing is like $300.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they'll be competitive to that, but under. So I'm thinking like 250, 225 minimum.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't buy it for $100.
Oh my
but I'm just
God.
saying, I think it's going to be because you
No.
got to think about the controller and everything.
For 100, you wouldn't
with
buy
the-
it.
No. What would I need it for? Like for real,
Mhm.
what would I need it for?
Exactly. I wouldn't buy
And
that
you
for
have to
more than
stay
the
in your
cost
house,
of a
right?
DualSense controller.
Right.
Because that's
Yeah.
all that is to me. I have a phone that does remote play. This thing just has a DualSense strapped to it. That's the difference. I'm not buying it for more than the cost of a DualSense. That's how I feel about that. I'm not buying it, period, but it shouldn't cost more than a DualSense.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay. No one is feeling the
No.
Are you
Lord.
feeling
Okay,
it,
so
Mo?
the chat. Big Man Mo's predicting $400. Dorian Gray $400. Random Citizen 400 or more. Decado says
God.
$500.
What's happening?
Silent.
These guys are rooting for
Silent
Sony's
Cypher gonna be
downfall.
more than 300 easy.
I,
Damn.
minimum.
Gents,
I think
this
minimum
this
200.
this
Man.
this thing,
Right.
right? This atrocity is going to sell like gangbusters. I'm sorry to
I'll-
say it. I hate
No,
it.
it's not.
I hate the whole
not.
idea of it. Guys, weren't we all just talking about it a couple of weeks ago? Oh, VR's in trouble. Oh, VR this, VR that. Look at what's happening with VR.
VR is
happening?
useful though.
It's fine.
VR is useful though.
VR
That is
serves
true.
a purpose.
I don't think
it
so.
serves a
Look
purpose.
at the games that they have on that thing.
But the fact is,
No.
you can. They have games on there that you can only play on VR. Whereas this thing is literally just a giant phone taped to a DualSense controller. That's it. It's
Alright.
completely useless. And what's the market for it? Am I gonna just go to my other room while my PS5's in here? I'm just gonna be lugging around a huge tablet all day? Is that what I
we
do
agree.
now?
We agree. Functionality wise, it's
It's
ridiculous.
useless.
But
It is useless.
I have no faith. I have no faith that people will be able to discern the value of this product. Honestly, I think people are going to buy this. Watch.
I'm sure somebody will. I'm sure some people will.
Uh,
I'm sure they will. But
Yeah, some
A
people
whole
will, but I don't think
lot
it's
of
going to
people
be
are gonna
anything
do
like.
it.
I don't think it's
Next,
going to
we
be like the
had
VR.
No.
no. Obviously, it won't be like the VR, but it's gonna pop. Watch, people. People are gonna start hoarding it. So you're gonna have to buy it from like what are they called? These guys that buy like hundreds
Scalpers?
of
I
like
don't think
copies of
scalpers are
things.
doing that.
Scalpers, yeah. That
Yeah,
the
not for
demand is
this.
gonna be that high.
Oh my
All
god, are you
right,
leaning into this?
clip it,
He's,
just like Fark
he's
Q said.
leaning
He said
into it.
somebody clip this. I'm not even happy about it.
Scalpers
I'm
aren't even
telling
doing
you,
that with the
I don't
PlayStation
trust any.
VR. Like, how are they going to do that with that? They're not. Scalpers are not doing that with the PlayStation VR too.
Watch.
With their hoarding tablets?
All right. Welcome, Nelson Gaming. He says $20 final
I
offer. Okay, sure. Next. Hey man. Essentially, that's what it will. Loke, you really think it will sell that well? Yes. Yes. I think Sony will make a profit. I don't think it'll sell as well as
Oh
the VR,
man,
but I
that's
think
wild.
the
damn, I don't
ROI,
know.
yes, the
That's
ROI,
psychotic.
yes, the ROI on this. I know it's psychotic, but that's what's gonna happen. And then you guys, in a year, you guys will be like, I can't believe this freaking happened. But watch.
You know what's
Anyway,
gonna happen in a
after
year? This
the
thing will be
atrocity
dead
that
and no one
was
will care.
what? Hey man, if there's a God out there, that's what's gonna happen. The next we had Assassin's Creed Mirage, another game that adds to my earlier rant that guys, look at the games. Don't worry about no platforms. Forget the platforms. Look at the games. Assassin's Creed is finally going back to being Assassin's Creed. You're going to be able to one shot all the enemies. This is amazing. Anyway, Dirt, what are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Mirage?
I love Assassin's Creed. I love the old style and the new style. The big, like I think Valhalla was maybe a little bit too long because it took me like 180 hours to beat it.
That's
But
what she said.
oh shit.
Jesus.
But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. But it was not a surprise, obviously. None of the third parties was a surprise. That's why, because I mean, we love
Lord.
multiplats. We obviously play multiplats also, but I think Assassin's Creed Mirage looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to a smaller Assassin's Creed game that's kind of like the old style, like maybe 15 to 20 hours long. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Michael Raymond, PS Vita TV. Mishi Miyagi, welcome. Mishi says Xbox lets me remote play on my phone for free. Superman says Switch lets you play native games without Wi-Fi for $200. That's bad. That's really bad. Ham Solo, Assassin's Creed Mirage. What are your thoughts?
When you bring up the Switch, it just makes it sound even worse.
It
Man,
does.
Yeah,
somehow,
dude. If you're losing to an
somehow,
ancient device like that,
somehow, Sony managed to make the Switch look like a great option. Like that
Dude.
didn't even
Lord.
think about that until just now. But anyways, yeah, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is probably one of the more exciting Assassin's Creeds that I've seen in a while, just because of the stealth aspect of it. I'd rather play the older ones where stabbing somebody in the throat means something. Compared to, jumping off of something now and this person's ranked 5 levels above you. That attack that you just did means nothing. So that's what I'd be excited about when it comes to Assassin's Creed. Is it day one? Nah. But do I want to play it? Yeah. But I think I'll be because this game is supposed to come out, I think, in October.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
21st.
but I mean, between the games that I'm being able to play off of Game Pass and stuff like that, I'm not going to be in a rush to play Assassin's Creed. I think it's going to do well, but I'm not going to be in a rush to play it. I'm going to definitely take care of the games that I have before I jump into that.
All right, before Matt goes, Silent Cypher says, Look, you must have gotten the beer I sent in the mail because you getting messy today. All right, sure, whatever. Also, shout out to Silent Cypher for sharing us out. Thank you. Thank you very much. Listen, I like me some beer. I like all beers except Bud Light. They're kind of weird these days. I don't like Bud Light anymore.
Oh
Matt,
my god.
what are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Mirage? Go.
It looks interesting. I'm pretty excited for it. Honestly, I'm kind of backwards compared to these guys because these guys all love the original Assassin's Creeds. I kind of like the newer ones, but I'm not against trying a new Assassin's Creed in that older style. So I'm down for it. Like him, I don't know that it's a day one for me, just because if it's at the end of the year, Starfield's gonna eat the last half of the year for me. So I just don't know if I can just be buying a bunch of games at that time that I'm never gonna play. So, but I'll grab it for sure. I'll grab it for sure.
What are you talking? Gogo Post says, I like that Loki is loyal to Sony, shows character. Were you not paying
Right.
attention to the earlier rant? I mean, all
Yeah,
right.
you were very
All
loyal to
right.
Sony.
Next. Also, I'm kind of whatever, man. I'm kind of confused with you guys talking about, yeah, Assassin's Creed, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Well, I'm not confused, just disappointed, I guess, and I think it reflects their kind of like downward trend because I still remember when an Assassin's Creed game launching was a big deal. Now,
Right.
because of the way they've been designing their games, a lot of like hardcore gamers like us are like, sure, we'll give it a go. Even when they tell us that they're going back to what made Assassin's Creed, we're still kind of like, they'll figure a way to mess this one up as well. It's kind of sad, seriously, because I love me Assassin's Creed. I love it, absolutely adore the franchise. But after the Ezio collection, it's like Assassin's Creed died. The same way people like to say like Star Wars died after Disney bought them. For me, Assassin's Creed died after the Ezio collection. Hopefully, it gets resurrected. Dreadpool, welcome, bruv. Welcome to the show. Like, subscribe, share it out, post, do your thing. Superman says Starfield is the GOAT. Starfield's not even out yet. Settle down. Mishi Miyagi, the boldness in this episode is fantastic. We are shining, bro. Shining. Vaseline everywhere. Fuck Q says, Loki, you a pony bot asking for a friend. Yes, I am a pony bot. That's the best description. I'm a pony bot. I don't care. I'm on both sides. And if I can find the time to play a Switch, I'll be a pony bot drone. That's what I'll be. All right. I'm trying to get the best value out of this. I'm not trying to give them my money just for whatever. Anyway, next game. Alan Wake 2. Dirt. Thoughts on Alan Wake 2?
Game of the show for me. Huge fan of the Alan Wake franchise. I beat the original like twice on a 360. Love the game. Happy that we're finally getting a sequel years later. Yeah, so when Xbox sold them the rights back in 2019, a lot of people were saying it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive. So it's obviously not, and I think the game looks great. I know you said it's Alan Wake and Anita.
Do you think that move was a good idea?
Yeah, it was. So I thought the little small piece of gameplay they
You
showed.
think it was a good move for Xbox to sell back the rights for Alan Wake 2?
I mean, no. Well, I didn't hear what you said. Listen, if that's what they had to do, that's what they had to do. As long as the game continues to be a multi-plat, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
If that's what they decided to do, that's what they decided to do.
All right.
I mean, because they couldn't make an Alan Wake game without Remedy anyway. And if Xbox just say, here, man, we're not doing nothing with it. Here, take it back. I think that's fair. As long as the game remains multi-platform, I'm okay with it. So yeah, I thought that was a game of the show for me personally. I love it. I thought it just looked good. I don't know about the new character. I think she looks cool. We obviously don't know the story of like
Did you
why
say
she's
Sheila
there.
is cool?
Yeah, she looks fine. I mean,
Her
she looks
name's not
fine.
Sheila.
I said she
Oh, you
looks.
said she
Oh
looks
my
cool.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh
thought you
my
said Sheila's
goodness.
cool. My bad.
No, she
My
looks
bad.
cool.
I'm
Obviously,
sorry.
we don't
Go
know
ahead,
her
bro.
backstory.
Go ahead.
We
Go ahead.
see she's with
It's
the
my
FBI,
headphones.
but there's this
Mhm.
game is going to be a survival horror game. And in my older age, I love survival horror games now. Didn't like them much in my early 20s, but I love them now. So this game is right up my alley, and it looks incredible.
All right. Ham Solo. Alan Wake 2. Go.
Yeah, wasn't a big deal to me. I didn't care about the previous Alan Wakes, so yeah, that's it.
All right, Matt.
Sweet.
Alan Wake 2. Go.
I need to finish the remaster, but it's a really good looking game, and it looks like a huge step up from the first one. But
Yeah.
I mean, we will definitely see. Almost certainly not a day one for me, but I'm excited for it. I'm happy that they're getting the sequel that they always wanted.
Yeah, thought it looked great. Hey, Google poll. Microsoft never owned the Sunset Overdrive IP. That was always owned by Insomniac.
Yeah, that's
That was
true.
part of the reason they went to Microsoft because Sony wanted to own all of their IPs. Because Sony owns Ratchet and Clank, they own Resistance. Insomniac wanted to do Sunset Overdrive, but they didn't want Sony to own it. So that's why they did it for Microsoft. And obviously, Sony bought them anyway. So
Yep.
Yep.
Look, are you behind
All
us or
right.
something?
Alan
yeah,
Wake
he's a
2.
little behind us. Yeah.
No, I'm just
Uh,
no. I was just letting you guys
Steaming.
go off on your whole Insomniac. I'm not seething. I'm not molding. I'm not doing anything. I'm just listening.
He's coping. He's coping. Though.
Next. You were coping
Yeah.
and seething. Whatever. Anyway,
That's
the next game is a game I will just say the title of, and y'all can just say whatever you want to say. But I have nothing else to say except racist. That's all I have to say about this game specifically, not the franchise.
Let's go.
This game. The next game is Final Fantasy 16. Dirt. Go ahead.
Hey, yo, man, mine's will be quick. I don't give two damns about this game, and it's not because of the racist stuff. I just don't care. And we've seen so much of this game. Why was this game still here? We've seen so much of Final Fantasy 16 and Street Fighter 6. So that's why the showcase was ass. They're showing games we've seen. So there's literally a Street Fighter 6 demo out. Why are they showing that game? Final Fantasy, they've shown so much of this game and showed another. Don't nobody care. When you ask me, I don't care about Final Fantasy. That's it, sir.
I just want to rewind. I just want to rewind real quick. You said it was ass. It's your first time on the show, so it's fine. But I need to correct you real quick. On this show, right? We like us some ass. So you need to be specific. Like it needs to be like ass juice or whatever or something, right? But don't put ass and negative things together. That doesn't work, bruv. It doesn't mix.
The game
right?
is not supposed to be ass.
All right. So
ass is a good thing when it's ass, not when it's
real
a game.
quick.
Yeah, I understand.
Yo, Stella Yams is about to prove that point wrong, Matt. Anyway, Matt, Final Fantasy 16. What are your thoughts? Go.
Putting a fat ass in your game isn't enough for me to play it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
I mean, if I wanted that, then I could just look at a JPEG. But you
can't
me,
play the JPEG.
I'm not. That game could suck for all I know. The game could stink for all. But okay. So for Final Fantasy, I'm very much with Dirk Grady on this. I don't care about Final Fantasy.
All right.
I honestly, I forgot like 7 times during the show. I kept calling it Final Fantasy 17. I don't know which one we're on. I'm tired of this. I don't know why we're still doing it. I hope the people who are excited for it, I hope you guys enjoy it. I truly do, but it's just not It's not my thing. I don't care.
All right, real quick. Thank you so much for coming through in the chat, y'all. Seriously, really appreciate you guys. Superman said Sheila hurt you. Mishi Miyagi, Loke is hurt about the showcase. It's okay, bud. LOL. Sure, whatever. Gogo Poe, interesting point. Final Fantasy 16 does look good, but not enough to buy a PS5. So follow-up question. Does any of you guys think that Final Fantasy 16 is a system seller?
No.
I mean, maybe for like in different parts of the world, maybe, but no, not really. Like, not like
No.
that. It's not. Not like Spider-Man. It's not. If we're doing
Not
that.
like Spider-Man is a system seller. I believe
Yes.
Starfield will be a system seller for people
Yes.
that play on console. Final Fantasy,
What?
no.
People are buying Xboxes to play Starfield.
I believe
Yeah.
Starfield.
Yes.
It's a
100%.
Bethesda game, man.
Don't act surprised, Lo. Don't act
Hold on,
surprised.
man. Hold on, man. Let me say this.
I mean, I'm buying the game. I know it's coming to
know,
Game Pass. I know it's
Fallout
coming
4,
to Game Pass, and I'm going to buy the game. But
I'm
come on,
saying,
Same.
listen, do you know Fallout
finish
4
your point.
sold
Dirt.
12 million copies in 24 hours? Bethesda RPGs are huge.
Yes.
This is their first new RPG, new IP in what, years? Starfield is going to be huge.
Yep.
If there's some people that will, like maybe they were still on the Xbox One or the PS4, that's console players, not PC players, because PC players, of course, know they're going to buy the game or Game Pass or whatever, that might take that step into next generation because of Starfield. Those that love Bethesda games. Spider-Man is a system seller. Starfield will be a system seller. I'm not saying it's going to outsell PlayStation, but it will be a system seller. Just like, you know what game was a system seller earlier this year? Hardworks Legacy.
What?
Yep.
That made that, boy, the PS5 moved units in February because of that game.
Mm.
Final Fantasy 16 is not a system.
Because people thought it was exclusive. People thought it was exclusive. That's true.
Yeah.
It was great marketing by
the
Sony,
marketing was on point.
It was on point, bro. People thought it was exclusive. I heard several stories of people thinking it was a PlayStation exclusive. So like it moved units. So Final Fantasy, it doesn't have the same name it had in the 90s, obviously, or the early 2000s. I don't see. I mean, maybe a few people will buy it because of that, but come on, bro. Final Fantasy had the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake. That one sold great because it was Final Fantasy VII from the 90s. Didn't nobody care about 15? 14 is an online game. Don't nobody care about 13. All that shit, man. Nobody care about Final Fantasy. 7 is the holy grail of Final Fantasy games. Now, the second part of Final Fantasy 7, like what is it called?
Rebirth.
The second part is about Rebirth. That's gonna sell. That's gonna sell like crazy. But 16, 16 ain't doing shit.
Nah, man. And I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but it's just that we're doing the show live and everything. And I don't want to stop the show so we Google because we got a whole lot of games to get through. But nah, man. I think saying that Final Fantasy doesn't sell or won't sell, I think that's cap, bruv. I'm just saying.
But I said, you asked me, is it a system
seller?
Yeah, it's not a system
Yes.
seller. It'll sell.
System sellers do numbers, bro. Final Fantasy 16 is going to do numbers, dude.
Listen, you asked me, is it a system
At
seller?
least like 15 million. Okay, maybe not 15.
Sure.
10.
15
It's going to do
million?
10 million.
15, he said.
10 million.
And
10
that's
million.
and that's fine.
I said 10. Lord.
And that's fine, Lo,
Alright,
but
fine.
that's not
Let's
selling
move
the
on.
console the same way Spider-Man is.
Let's. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to die on a hill defending racism. That's what I'm not going to do. Next game, Dragon's Dogma 2. Thoughts? Dirt.
Don't care.
Ham, Dragon's Dogma 2.
I have to see more. I'm not that interested in it from
Matt,
what they showed.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
No. No. That's my answer
Damn.
to that.
Okay,
One
next.
word answer.
The next.
I'm not saying I'm not
Next.
I'm not saying I'm not interested in it
Next.
at all. I'd like to
Go
see
ahead.
more from it. I think it could be something I'd be interested in. Like let me say I have slight interest in it, but it's not saying buy me day
There you
one
go.
at all. At all.
Okay. Okay. Real quick, Fark. You keep saying somebody clip this, bro. You clip it. It's the third time you given instructions in the chat, bruv. You clip it. Gee. The next game, Bungie announced a new marathon game. Dirt, you down for marathon?
I'm going to say what Ham said for Dragon's Dogma. I need to see more of it. I think
All right.
Bungie. I like Bungie, but I need to see more of it. Yeah.
Ham marathon.
Right now I'm leaning to not interested in it. That's where I'm leaning right now, just based off of what I seen in that. Like I know that wasn't really much to see, but that kind of like the way the characters kind of looked, it just kind of turned me off. Like I was just like, this looks like a weird. It looks, I don't know. It looked like it reminded me of Portal, like type characters, and I was just like, I don't know about that. I think I'm good. But then again, I might see something else that changes my mind, but did not look like something I'm dying to play, just based off of that, whatever you want to call what they gave us.
Matt, marathon. What are your thoughts?
I'm interested just off the basis that it's Bungie. Bungie's phenomenal. I'll play anything they make, so I will
Finally,
try.
someone that's down for it.
I'm assuming it's also free to play because if they're following the Destiny model, so that makes it even easier to check out.
Right.
So I will be there.
All right. Next, we had an extended look at Street Fighter 6 story mode. Lord, Dirt. What are your thoughts on the Street Fighter 6?
Well, I'm interested in the game. I'm going to buy the game. But I didn't think it needed to be in the showcase.
Coming out next week.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Like I mentioned, they literally have a demo of the game. I know they were just showing the story mode, but I didn't think it needed to be here. But but I am interested in the game though.
Wow. He said Street Fighter 6 is like Ja Morant on the bench. Ham Solo. Extended look at Street Fighter 6 story mode. What are your thoughts?
Don't care. I'm not a Street Fighter fan.
Says Mr.
In fact,
Diablo.
In fact, I've been saying Street
Matt.
Fighter for quite some time.
Whoa.
Because I ain't into it.
All right.
Did you say Street? Oh, man. Mishi, since you like clipping stuff, why don't you clip that, bruv? Why don't you clip that? Matt, well, what do you think about the extended look at Street Fighter 6 mode?
I don't give a crap about Street Fighter. Only fighting game worth playing to me is Evil Zone.
All right. So I just found something that might interest you. According to Superman, I haven't looked into this because, like you guys, well, unlike you guys, I do like fighting games, but 2D fighting games, for me, it's kind of like, I'll buy it, I'll play it for a few hours, then I'll move on with my life because I think 2D is just passe. Anyway, according to Superman, you can give dates or you can date characters in World Tour mode. Ladies and gentlemen, is this a reason to buy Street Fighter 6? I mean, Chun-Li might go and have some ice cream with you. I'm just saying. No?
No.
No takers.
Moving
Nothing.
on.
No.
All right. Jesus. Silent Cypher says no one cares about Street Fighter. Sorry, bro.
You're damn
Dude,
right.
You're not even hurting me. You're not hurting me, dude. Everyone knows I love me some Tekken, and I've been talking crap about Street Fighter for years now. You guys just reinforcing like my belief that Street Fighter is passe. Don't worry. Rag on Street Fighter for the rest of the night. I will read all your comments. Crap on Street Fighter, everyone. F in the chat for Fighter. F in the chat. Next, Jade Raymond's Haven Studio reveals fair game. Dirt. You like this game?
How the hell will we know? It's just a CGI, generic CGI trailer. I mean,
Yep.
it could
What
be
game?
fun.
The payday one.
Oh, yeah.
Fair game.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
heist
it could be
thingy.
cool, but we haven't
Oh
seen much
god, the
of it.
payday one.
Yep. So, I mean, just haven't seen. It's just a generic CGI trailer. I can't say if I'm excited for it or not at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Superman clarified. It says there's a phone and they contact you and you can give gifts. They mentor you. That's not what I was. Ah, man, that sucks. Just when Street Fighter was about to give me something interesting to do, man. Ham, fair game. What are your thoughts on this one?
Zero interest.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
had zero
Matt. Before you
interest.
dunk on this one as well, welcome.
I thought the music was nice.
Okay. So that's not zero. That's like 2% interest. That's something.
No, it's not
They
two.
might have some music for you when you're
No, it's
when you're
not.
grinding Diablo. When you're grinding Diablo 4, you can listen to their OST. Welcome in, Cult Classic Cage. It's been a minute. We need to get you back in the show. Matt, fair game. What are your thoughts on this one?
Right there with everyone else. I don't have any interest in this. I mean, if this is what it looks like, which is just payday, I didn't have any interest in payday. So I'm not gonna have interest in this. I'm all set.
All right. Dreadpool has a death wish. He said, "I'll take my chances with a Kitana and Melina double date over playing Street Fighter. Anything, dude. There's a reason only Liu Kang could pull that one off. All right, because every other guy that will even try to get in the middle of those two will die. All right, so I don't know, man. I don't know about your chances." Superman says, "I probably won't play until the price drops and all the DLCs included." That's the thing that kind of sucks. Like for me and Ham, we know what we're getting into with Tekken. So off the bat, we're just gonna get like the Ultimate Edition because we know the characters are gonna drop in and whatever, and also we know the value we're gonna get from it. Street Fighter, because we both know it's not really gonna be great for us at least. We're just gonna get like I'm gonna get the base game. I'll play it for a bit, uninstall, and move on. But dude, if you're really invested into the whole Street Fighter thing, I would suggest just going straight in. Value wise, sure, if you wait 2 years, it'll be cheaper. But I don't know if the servers will be as full as like the first 9 months, for example. So it's up to you. Cult Classic Cage, I definitely need to pull up and hang out with y'all. Please feel free. The schedule's kind of open 2 months from now. So, yeah. Dreadpool says worth it. Oh, man. Okay, sure. Enjoy yourself with Kitana and Melina. The next game we have is the Talos Principle 2. It's Dirt. What are your thoughts on Talos Principle 2?
No interest.
Damn, this show was rough. Okay. Ham Solo, Talos Principle 2.
I feel like you're wasting your time asking anybody else other than yourself about this game.
Yep. Because I'll tell you right now, also
Matt,
no
Talos
interest,
Principle
bud.
2.
Nothing. That's a dud. That's a dud.
Listen,
Keep it
you know
moving.
what? I'll fill the airspace in. I love me the first Talos Principle. I like a good, subtle puzzle game, and I won't be getting this one day one, but I'll definitely play it on sale. Next, we have Foam Stars. Dirt. What are your thoughts on Foam Stars?
Now I know we don't know each other that well, but just from this hour and a half that we've been talking, I think you know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard pass. Ham Solo Foam Stars.
What a good answer. He didn't even have to say shit. He was just like, motherfucker, you know me.
Yeah. His tone was just like, bro, come on. What are we doing here? Ham Solo Foam Stars, PlayStation's response to Splatoon.
I called that right when
Nothing.
he shot the shot at the like right when the first shot went off, and I seen the foam come out the gun. I was like, "Yep, you done did
I
it."
thought it was
Square
bubbles
Enix.
at first. I thought it was bubbles. I was like, is that bubbles?
Oh
no, it's
my
foam.
God, that was that reminded me why I continue to say, Sony, please just buy Square Enix. because
Just do it.
I mean, and I'm not saying that so Sony can take a L. I'm saying that so Square Enix can get some damn direction. But from what I've seen at that PlayStation, I'm not even sure if Sony has any direction right now. I'm just like, what is going on with this right now? It's like they're both.
I need you to say that again. I need you to say that again. You're not sure if who has direction?
I'm saying Square Enix clearly doesn't have any direction. And after that showcase from Sony, I'm not sure if they really have any direction as well. And it's just, it's kind of weird to see. Like, of course I doubled down because in my opinion, this type of showcase, obviously quality aside, because, you know, 2023 is a lot different than anything in the 90s whatsoever, right? But this showcase, if you put PlayStation stamp on it, this would have been something okay to have in the 90s for a showcase for PlayStation, because it's just like PlayStation was clearly third party big time. You can even say PlayStation 2 if you want to go there.
Yeah.
But for this showcase, I was just like weird, because I just thought it was weird because I got more info from third party games than I got from your first party games. And then and then, like I said, the Square Enix game in particular, they've been so buddy with PlayStation. I thought, you know, once I seen Square Enix, you know, tagged on there, I was just like, all right, so that's a PlayStation game. Like, as soon as I seen the stamp at the very beginning, I was like, oh, that's a PlayStation game because it's Square Enix. I don't see them really giving us anything over on Xbox.
It's a safe bet.
So I was just like, all right, so they are probably going to come out of the gate swinging. And when I seen that foam shoot out that gun, I was just like, no way. And then it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there, because they were doing all the fighting and whatnot, and it was in CGI. And then the screen flashed and it went to gameplay, and I was just like, oh,
that's worse.
That
is worse.
Somehow you guys didn't take a step down. You freaking did a gainer off of the stairs into the basement. And like, and like, I'm just like, what am I watching right now? So I figured, Loke, since you decided to ask me a silly question like you just asked Dirt, and you knew what my answer was probably going to be, I might as well lean into it. Now I'm going to pass it on to Matt.
I'm not trying to skip, because if I skip, listen, if I skip, you guys talking about, oh, he's coping, he doesn't want to address the crap games that were on his showcase. Like, I set this thing up.
You skipped me for Final Fantasy 16, and I didn't say nothing. If you would have skipped me for this, I wouldn't have said nothing either. Because I tell you what, there ain't nothing for me to say. But you asked me, and so I said something.
That's Lord. All right, fine. Matt, tell us principle. Sorry, Foam Stars, go.
I was about to say, yeah.
Same answer though.
My reaction to this is that Square Enix sucks, and if this is their answer to, if this is their response to Splatoon, they should have just shut their fucking mouth. Shouldn't have never said anything, because that stunk. That was a bad game.
You guys are gonna say I'm capping. You guys are gonna say I'm capping for Sony when I. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
All right. So this is one of the few times where, like, we often say we want gameplay. If that's what you're going to show gameplay-wise, the CGI trailer would have been fine. CGI trailer is just fine. Just leave it at that.
This man is he just said I don't want to see games at a game show. Nope. That's what he just said.
No, I don't want to see that game at a game show. I'll tell you that, because that game
That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is.
And because it's Square Enix, you know it's gonna be an NFT based game. They're gonna give you an NFT based hero shooter. And then it's gonna die in a month, and they're gonna be like, "Well, it didn't meet expectations." Well, no shit.
There are
I mean,
look. There are people that are excited about that game that said, "Too bad it's probably not going to make it past a year." Those are people that are excited for it.
It won't.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It smells of Destruction All Stars. That's what it smells of.
At least
It
Destruction
does.
All Stars look kind of interesting. This doesn't.
Nah. Destruction All Stars. You guys can call me what you want. Destruction All Stars look like hot doo-doo from the start. It looked like they saw what's that racing game that's where they play soccer? Sorry, football. Where they play
Rocket
football
League?
and then they score.
No, you're right. You're right. The first
Rocket
time
League.
you said soccer.
It's like they saw Rocket League and they were like, "Let's do that."
In fact, they call it soccer. In fact, in the game they call it soccer.
I need to.
They do.
I need to stop watching ESPN and Fox Sports. That's what I need to start doing.
Oh yeah, Dirt has to get going because he has another show to go to.
I gotta do. Yeah.
All right,
man. All right. Dirt. Hold on. How many minutes you got?
5.
Yeah.
5. Okay.
Well,
we have to do the quiz. We have to do the
30,
quiz.
but I need to give me something to eat. Before the podcast.
Hold up. We need to do the quiz. Everyone, keep it together. We need to do the quiz. So
make it quick.
Basically, what happens in the quiz? No, we need to do the quiz before he leaves. So, Dirt, what happens in the quiz, right? Is I will ask, I will make a statement, right?
Okay.
And then I will say true or false at the end of said statement. Right?
Okay. All right.
And then you just say true. You say true or false. Okay?
Gotcha.
The winner of quiz time gets to pick someone in the chat to win a $10 voucher for whatever platform. So Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Okay?
All right.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this one's based off of Metal Gear Solid 3. The whole quiz is on Metal Gear Solid 3. So
great.
Here we go. Dirt. Yes. Make peace with it, boys. It'll hurt less. Dirt. The code name of the character you play as in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is Solid Snake. True or false?
False.
Correct. It is Naked Snake. Matt likes games. The boss and Eva are revealed as American defectors. True or false?
False. I don't know.
The boss and Eva? Oh, you saying and?
You said false, Luke.
Yes.
So...
False.
Correct. Ham Solo. Sokolov reveals himself as Adam. True or false?
True.
And you just played this game. That's actually false. It's Ocelot who reveals himself as Adam.
I didn't beat it yet. I told you that.
Oh yeah. You did say. Dirt. Colonel Volgin attempts to overthrow Nikita Khrushchev and take over the Soviet Union. True or false?
Luke just spoiled the game for me.
Correct. Matt, Volgin constantly says Murabara. True or false?
I'm just gonna say true.
False. He says Kuwabara. Matt, Ham Solo.
It's a shit question.
Major Ivan Raidenovich Rykov. I think this name is beautiful, honestly. I'm not like a Russian sympathizer or anything, but I think it's beautiful. Anyway, Ham Solo. Major Ivan Raidenovich Rykov is a high-ranking officer. True or false?
True.
Correct. Dirt. The gun named the Patriot is awarded to the player after completing the game once. True or false?
False.
It's true. Matt likes games.
Yep.
Joey Sasaki is the name of the recurring joke character who is a coward and suffers from diarrhea. True or false?
True.
False. It's
All right.
Johnny Sasaki.
Of
Ham
course it is.
Solo. The easy gun. The easy gun is a weapon you lose by playing anything but very easy mode in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. True or false?
True.
Correct. Damn, this guy was paying attention. Dirt. MK22 is the name of the shotgun you find in. I'm going to murder this name, but I'll say it anyway. Chionaya Pesquera Cave after you fight with Ocelot. True or false?
That sounds true for some reason.
It's false. It's the M37.
Okay. Damn it.
Matt,
Yeah.
Gavial is the food. Is the food? Is the
True.
food that can be found
True.
It's false. It's Russian glow
All
cap.
right.
Matt, you're betting like -2 at this point.
Dude, I don't give a shit
Ham
about this
Solo.
game.
Yeah, sure. When you're losing, you don't give a shit. When you're losing, you don't give a shit.
I mean,
Ham
if I was
Solo.
winning, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, sure. Ham Solo. The end is a boss that you bypass, that you can bypass altogether. True or false?
True.
Correct. Ham now has 4 points. We're on the last round. No one else can win. So
No, I have 3
with that,
points. I have
Mr.
3
Dirt-
points. I missed the first one.
No, you're really? I'm
I
pretty
missed the
sure you
first
got
one.
the first one. Sokolov. Oh crap! Yeah, you. That's true. That's true. Jesus, how did I get the count wrong? All right, fine. Ham's on 3, Dirt's on 2, Matt's on 1. So Dirt, if you get this one right, you can draw with Ham. Last question.
All right.
Dirt. Colonel Volgin recites a Japanese phrase in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. True or false?
That's false. I don't remember that.
It's correct. He recites Kuwabara, Kuwabara. All right, so Ham wins. Ham Solo, pick someone in the chat so Dirt can go.
Wait, no, he got. I thought you said he got that right.
No, it's false.
Oh, that was- I thought you said correct.
Yeah.
No. I
was
said
saying it
Colonel
was
Volgin
correct
recites
that
a
he does
Japanese
that.
phrase. He
Okay.
does recite a Japanese phrase. The Kuwabara, Kuwabara is a Japanese phrase for like
Okay.
knocking on wood for like lightning or warding off lightning. Literally, that's what it means. All right, so we learned some stuff about one of the greatest games of all time. You're welcome. Ham Solo, pick someone in the chat to win the $10 for this week.
I'm gonna pick a new person this time.
Don't pick Dorian Gray.
Oh my god, you're making me want to pick Dorian Gray.
Yeah, I'm about
Don't
to,
tell
why did
me
you say
not-
that, because now
Don't tell me not to do something. You know what, Loke? I'm picking
Oh,
Dorian
Lord.
Gray now.
Welcome, Fifth
Good.
Horseman.
good.
There you go, Dorian.
Oh,
I had
for
somebody else.
fuck's sake.
I had somebody completely else in mind, and you made him take one more stab at you. That was
Yeah.
self-inflicted.
Oh, Lord.
That was
Whatever.
on you, Luke.
Whatever.
picked Dorian
Gray,
Superman
That's what
says
happened.
Loki is trolling the panel.
All right, we better let
Cult
we better
classic
let
page.
Dirt. Let's let Dirt do his outro so we can get going.
Yeah.
I want to respect his time.
Dirt. Yeah.
Thank you,
Go
everybody.
ahead, Dirt. Tell us where people can find you and stuff.
Yeah, man. I I have a podcast. I have a channel, Dirt Griggity. I'm pro Xbox. We talk a lot of trash over there. We have a lot of fun though. So stop by and check it out. That's about it, guys. Appreciate the invite.
Nice.
Mhm.
Sorry, I got to
Thank
leave
you
a
for
little
coming
early.
through. No, it's all good, man.
Nice having you on, man.
This is actually a
y'all.
little bit longer
man.
of a podcast than usual, so
Thanks for
I appreciate
having
you,
us.
bro.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Fellas.
The showcase was that bad. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for coming through.
Mhm.
Lord, where were we? Plucky Squire. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Let's go to the chat real
God.
quick. Cult Classic.
Oh,
We're
Page says
God.
continuing.
Loke is demonic.
You sure
Yes.
are.
What? Okay. Would you guys like to stop talking about the PlayStation Showcase? Because
No, I
I
would
don't
like to
mind
stop
doing
talking
that.
about Plucky Squire, Loke.
All right,
Yeah,
fine.
I
Fine.
mean,
Let's skip Plucky
I'm
Squire.
done
Let's
with
go to
the
Phantom Blade.
showcase.
Fine.
Phantom Blade
Phantom
looks
Blade.
great.
Come on, Ham.
Looks
You
great.
can't tell me you're not down for Phantom Blade.
No, I'm not completely down with Phantom Blade, and I told you that during the showcase. And here's why. I don't believe it.
Okay.
I don't believe it either. I
I
gotta be
don't
honest, I
believe
don't
it.
believe that either.
Ooh.
You
It
showed me
looks
that
wild.
showcase and you made it look like gameplay. I tell you what, if that is for real, that cover system and all of that, if all of that is real, that's day one for me.
Choreography in game.
But right now,
Yes.
I think they're trying to.
Damn.
Right now, think they're like a sheep in wolf's clothing. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Well-
I agree with that too, because from what I understand, I saw somebody post about their Discord earlier, and in their Discord, I joined their Discord. They started development on that game last year. That game, like, just very recently started development. And also, interestingly enough, they said as of right now there is no console exclusivity. So if you want it on Xbox, go to the Discord, let them know civilly, let them know you would like it on Xbox. But there is no exclusivity as of this moment. But I see where Ham's coming from with this. I look at what they showed; that looked amazing, but it's hard to believe that it's gonna be like that when I get my hands on it. It's hard to believe. We'll see. I hope it is, but that's gonna be hard to hit.
Like I'm just thinking, like, just look at something like Assassin's Creed and switching between fighting with 2 or 3 different people in that scenario. There's usually like some fast swings on who you're fighting, and then when you go to strike somebody else, it's like a staggered slow swing back to hit them. And then if you switch to another person, it's like slow to another. And they do the same thing in Batman games as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you go to fight one person, you
Yep.
fight another person. It's like a slow motion moment in between each thing. And I mean, I could go as far as saying something as recent as Wolong does that kind of similarly, where it's not instant to where you're fighting the person in front of you and then you're just turning and beating the hell out of the person behind you. And like, I've never seen a cover system like that in a game where the dude was getting attacked by the boss and went and hid behind that that wall real quick, and you could you could partly see him. And I was like, that looks really cool. But then he went back into the fight, and I'm just like, and he's jumping off of the walls and hitting them and then jumping back onto the walls. Like, the game looked so unreal that I was just like, y'all are trying to pull something on me right now. So, like, everyone was like, oh man, I gotta get this. This looks amazing. And I'm like, yeah, that looks amazing, but that looks amazingly fake.
Yeah.
I
was
Cult Classic. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I wasn't so, like, Ham talked about this last night in the party. I wasn't so worried about it until I saw in the Discord that they started development last year. Then I was like, you got that? You got that from just a year of development? Did you work on that demo the whole year?
Oh
Because
Lord.
I don't know how you get that.
Like I said, it looks
Oof.
amazing. I just don't believe it.
It looks kind of sus. So just for like for us to get the global picture, it's not just that they started last year. It's a mobile game.
What?
Like the prequel is a mobile game. So
Gotcha.
the roots aren't very solid as far as AAA. I'm not saying the mobile game probably isn't good or whatever. It's probably good, but the roots, as far as moving it up a notch, not good. And then to your point about starting development in 2022, there are multiple paths in the game. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of writing that goes into making a game with multiple paths, especially if they're like, how can I put this? Like they have any real effect on the ending. So besides just gameplay, there's a lot of text that's supposed to be involved in this, and the game that just got started development. Yeah, it has a lot to prove. But let's all agree that trailer, that was a showstopper. That looked crazy.
Looked amazing. Looked amazing.
All right, we're done with the clone for Abandoned. The next game is Ghost Runner 2. Ham Solo, Ghost Runner 2. Go.
Ghost, not interested at all. Not even slightly.
It looks cyberpunk-ish.
I didn't care about the previous Ghost Runner, so I'm not gonna care about this one.
Did you play the first one, or did you just see it and you're like, no thanks?
Nope, I played it for a little bit and I was just like, this kind of gives me arcade feels that I don't want right now. So I stopped playing it.
All right. Matt, Ghost Runner 2, thoughts?
I'm interested. I need to somehow finish Ghost Runner 1 because that game's fucking it's beat my ass. It's a difficult
Yeah,
game.
it's hard. I'd rather play
So-
Elden Ring, like difficulty-wise. You're right.
Elden Ring's easier than that game to me.
Agreed.
Ghost Runner is just a really difficult game. It's fun and it's fun as hell, and it looks really good too. But it's just hard as hell, man. But it does. I
Yeah.
am interested in Ghost Runner 2. I am interested.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Helldivers 2. Matt, what are your thoughts on Helldivers 2?
Interesting. I would like to see more.
All right. Ham Solo, Helldivers 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in that game for sure. That looks cool. I like all the explosions and stuff, but I can't help to not look past the pretty version of Second Extinction with it. If that makes sense. Like, have you ever seen or played Second Extinction?
I've seen it. I can see where you're getting those vibes, but I didn't play Second Extinction. No.
Yeah,
Matt,
that's
did you
the
play
vibe.
Second Extinction?
I have played it. I played all of 10 minutes, and I was all set.
Right. Moving on, we have Sword of the Sea. Before I even ask you guys about your thoughts on this one, this is a day one for me. Cannot wait for Sword of the Sea. Another game that just increased my points for this showcase. Very good game from the looks of it. Ham, go ahead.
Sword of the Sea. That game looked interesting. It was really pretty.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the concept. So it's not something I'm jumping out of my seat to get at all, because there was like he was just surfing on the sand or whatever that was. He did a couple of tricks off of a half pipe, and I was just like,
Damn.
and I left at the end thinking, what was the sword for? Why did you use the sword to surf on? Yeah, are we fighting with that? Because I'd like to see what that looks like.
Right.
So
Fifth Horseman brings out. Fifth Horseman brings up a very good point. He says, out of the 33 games, how many dates did we get? That is a very solid point. I think like 90% of the games had no dates. It's wild.
Yep.
And to your point, Ham Solo, besides most of the games being third party, if this was an Xbox showcase, yes, that would absolutely be like front and center, like where the date's at. And
yes,
until Fifth Horseman brought that up, I haven't seen anyone talk about that. No one has brought that up. So
we talked about it earlier.
No, I'm not talking about on the show. I'm talking about in the discourse amongst like people.
Okay.
All right. Next we have Resident Evil 4 Remake VR mode. Ham Solo, are you excited for this one?
Not really.
No.
I'd probably rather enjoy that game just regular. I don't
Okay.
need to.
Matt.
I don't need to play VR for that game. It looks really cool and
Yeah.
whatnot, but like for VR, I would want an experience that's on VR, not that I can sit on my couch and do as well. Sounds cool,
All right.
but
Matt,
not my kind of game, I guess. For that,
the way you've been droning on about it, I've been trying to cut you off, but you keep going. I don't know, man. I can see you buying the VR just to play Resident Evil 4. You
no.
sound
I
pretty
see.
into it.
No. I see myself buying the VR, but not for that. Not for that at all.
Okay. All right. Matt, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil 4 Remake VR mode?
Yeah, I have no real interest in VR, and that did nothing to make me interested in VR. So,
All right. Fifth Horseman, I didn't see what IGN did. Please send us a link in the chat and we will check it out. Also, Silent Cipher, those hours, dude. You remember when I was guesting on your show, I was up at 3 in the morning. So I'm not even gonna cap, dude. I was sound asleep. Five Nights at Freddy's. Help Wanted
Skip.
2. Ham Solo.
Skip.
Matt, you interested in
I
Five
don't
Nights?
care. No, I'm not.
Right. Next, we have Grizz, the Grizz creator that made the game called Never, that's coming in 2024.
Skip.
Thoughts? Matt,
If we're
Never.
gonna start saying skip, then yeah, skip. Skip.
Wow. Okay. Next, we have Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean.
Skip.
Cozy's gonna.
Look, what are you doing?
Man. Next,
You're starting
we
to see why
have
my score made
Towers.
sense, right?
I mean,
No,
seriously.
no. I was cherry picking what interested me. That's what I did. Next, we
Well,
have
you're not doing it
Towers.
now.
Yeah, you're not doing it
Next,
for
we
me.
have Towers. No. Next, we have Towers of Agasaba. So that's the Breath of the Wild like clone thingy. Ham,
That
what are
was
your
kind
thoughts
of
on-
interesting.
There
That
we
was
go. There we
kind
go.
of interesting. Now that was now this is one of the games is why I gave it a 6. This was one of the games that helped get it to that score because I was just like, this looks like what we'd want Breath of the Wild to look like, or Tears of the Kingdom, to where it's just like big, punchy, high definition, just like, I mean, obviously Tears of the Kingdom nailed down the gameplay really well, so I'm interested in what the gameplay of that game is like. But I'm just saying, like, I don't care if you're I don't care about clones when it comes to Zelda because, hey, I loved Immortals Phoenix Rising. I liked it more than Breath of the Wild. I've said that many times.
Man, here we go. Here we
I've said
go.
that many times. So,
Here we go.
So if you can make a fantastic Zelda-like clone that is really pretty, I can do similar, if not like a lot of the same kind of things. I'm there for it. I'm cool with that. Like, hey, that's fine. That's fine to me. If as long as you can make it work. Like, to me, I feel like that type of game is more intriguing to me to be a copy type of game instead of something like what Square Enix did with Splatoon. The foam thing. The foam thing. I was just like, because the difference is the foam game is being made so they could get paid big time. And there's very little, in my opinion, creativity that is
come on,
put into that game. And no, let me finish. I know you need to cap. I know you need to cap. That's fine. just let me finish.
You're provoking me on purpose. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm not doing anything on purpose. You're just taking it personal, like normal.
Whatever.
So, anyways, as I said, like, I mean, I know what you're gonna get at. You're gonna be like, oh, well, they're both doing it for money. Yeah, but you can see one seems more passionate
Hello.
than the other one. The other one seems like the one that I'm talking about that refers to like the Zelda-like thing, the one by Gris or whatnot. That looked like they gave a damn about every inch of that game.
Why? Because of the graphics?
Because of the graphics before, but because of some of the tools that they were using within the game, floating around and stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's no way you can look at that game and say, yo, that seems less passionate than the moment you went from CGI to gameplay on the Square Enix game. How much passion did you feel like you got from that?
The Square Enix game, graphics-wise, looks better than Splatoon. Let's start there.
Sure. I mean, how hard is that to do for the PS5?
So hey, man, hey.
What are we talking about?
You brought up graphics when we're talking about Towers of Agasaba. You brought up graphics when talking about Towers of Agasaba. I'm just saying.
I don't remember bringing up graphics talking about that game. I don't remember bringing up any graphics about that. I'm not interested in that game just because it's just the scenery for me. I think that's where you got it mixed up with graphics.
It did look nice. It did look nice.
It's not my. It reminds me of what's that game? That really popular puzzle game that's came out a ton of different times. Myst. It reminded me of Myst, and I don't like Myst. So that's why I didn't like that game.
I think 100%ed Myst, actually. It was a very good puzzle game. Really, I like puzzle games. Anyway.
I like some.
Cool, Ham.
Not that one.
Looking forward to Agasaba.
Love scoring.
Matt, you also looking forward? Oh, man. Don't start. Don't start. Matt, do you like Towers of Agasaba? Do you like what you saw?
Not really.
Well, I mean, you're asking them about a different game, Luke. You meant to ask them about the Gris game because you already asked them about Talos.
Gris?
No,
did I? No,
no,
it's not Talos. Towers
or whatever.
Towers. Or what was the other game that we're thinking of?
No, the game we're literally talking about is Towers of Agasaba, which is
that's the Gris
Wild
game?
like clone. No, Gris is never.
Oh, so I'm getting all my games mixed up. Then I meant not Gris at all.
Has so many games, dude. They have so many games. We're lost here. We're getting lost.
I'm getting lost because there's a lot. There's a lot, Luke. You're right. There is a lot. There was a lot.
Stop coping.
Whoa. Superman said Kat Bailey got exposed for being an anti-Xbox and made her Twitter private. Silent Cypher said Kat Bailey made a couple absurd comments and tweets about the show being awesome on her personal Twitter, then immediately blocked retweeting spineless moves. So I guess I should also set my Twitter to private because I'm also capping and I'm wrong for saying it was awesome. Yeah, let the lady speak her truth, all right?
Isn't she? I could be wrong on this. You guys were talking about the person who's like head of IGN, right? Or
I don't know what Kat Bailey is.
I thought that was the thing that they were mad at. Is somebody who's high up at IGN was like just on Twitter console warring with bullshit, and then she got called out for it, and then she like delisted her account or whatever you want to call it, deactivated.
Look. See, you were talking about should you block your account or whatnot? No.
Yeah.
If you're proud of what you said, and you're happy with what you said, and you want to let the public know, that's on you to do. But don't get mad when somebody comes into your.
Oh my God.
When somebody comes into your comment, I mean, if they're coming and being utterly disrespectful, that's uncalled for. But when they disagree with you, that's different. You came out and said this stuff. Nobody told you to do it. Just like when I came out and said what I said about Horizon. I got a ton of smoke for that. I got ratioed all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. I didn't care, though, at all. I didn't care about any of that stuff because I stood by what I said. It didn't matter. Apparently,
So
she's having some conflicts with her thoughts.
I just looked it up. She's the IGN news director.
Yeah, she's online console warring. It looks silly. It just looks
Oh,
dumb.
damn! There's screenshots.
Yeah, lots of them.
Lord.
Send them to my Twitter and I'll post them up on here.
Dude, we were just finishing the show. Why?
Were we? Because I
Why you
couldn't
wanna
tell.
extend it?
I mean, it felt forever that we were talking about a showcase that you already knew the answer to for us. So now now you're time sensitive?
Oh man, look, I'm not trying to drag IGN. Oh Lord.
No. What it sounds like is you defending. You're still playing defense. That's what it sounds like. Is you still playing defense. See,
the next game we have is Revenant Hill. The next game is Revenant Hill.
we know what the people want to see.
The
We know what the people want to see. You over here talking about this garbage that nobody. You're talking about stuff that nobody wants to play, so we don't have to show what everybody wants to see.
All right, Silent Cipher, hit me up with the screenshots. My internet is acting up funny because I can see pictures.
Silent, just share it straight to me, bro. Send it straight to me because I'll post.
Oh my god,
I'll have it up on the screen if you send it to me, bro.
Fine.
Yeah, you don't want Loke's unreliable internet getting in the way.
Yeah, and some of his editing skills.
Send it straight to him.
Don't forget he worked. He does some work for IGN, so some doctoring was probably gonna happen before I got it.
Yeah, you don't want him.
So send it straight to me, or else
he's in Photoshop, furiously photoshopping all those screenshots.
He's refreshing his page, waiting for you to send it. Like, come on, bro, don't do that.
All right.
Trying to log into your Twitter right now.
While Silent Cipher sends you the links, Ham Solo, the next game, Ham, Revenant Hill. You down on
no pass?
Matt, Revenant Hill, exclusive to PS4 and PS5.
I don't even know what that is. Pass.
It's a cat side-scrolling game. Pass.
Oh yeah, I already watched it. I watched the whole showcase. I don't remember it. No, I'm good.
Hey, I'm just saying, Game of the Year contender right here. Next game is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Ham Solo. That was the anime one that had people flying and skating, and you were interested. Don't cap.
A little interested, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like 50.
Definitely didn't have my interest like something like Scarlet Nexus. It wasn't on that level at all.
Shout out Scarlet Nexus. Matt, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Nope.
Next we have Ultros. It's the 2D colorful game. Remember, Ham? Outros, whatever.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Remind me, because I'm not.
It's like side scroller, super colorful.
You immediately noped out of that one during the show. You were like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, then you got my answer. Then you got my.
Everyone knows this one was trash. Next, we have 4 PSVR 2 games. Crossfire Sierra Squad. Ham Solo. Crossfire Sierra Squad.
Absolutely not. You got me fucked up if you think I want to play that.
Matt, Crossfire Sierra Squad.
Not a chance.
All right. Ham Solo, Arizona Sunshine 2.
Oh.
No.
Matt, Arizona Sunshine 2.
It didn't even look that game didn't even look that bad. It just didn't look like something I want to.
That game, I said it when we were streaming. I said that game looks like if Dead Island 2 was a mobile game and then they made it VR. That's what that game looks like.
A mobile game.
I got no interest in it. It looks like something you'd see in an ad for a mobile game, honestly. That's what it looks like.
Dark.
But now it's a VR game.
That is dark. Mobile game. I don't think you can insult I don't think you can insult a game more than saying it's a mobile game.
You could say it's a mobile game that looks like it's ported to VR.
Ham Solo Synapse PSVR 2.
No.
Anything?
That game looked
Matt, Synapse.
that game looked it looked pretty cool, but I don't really understand floaty hands. Never got into that.
Okay. I see you already put up Cat Bailey's tweets. Sure.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Matt.
Oh, this game.
Matt, Synapse PSVR 2. Go.
That actually is probably the most interesting VR game they showed to me. By a decent margin too. That actually looks relatively decent. I would play that if I had VR.
Synapse?
I don't, so I won't play it. Yeah. Did like the whole fucking like where she I don't know the character, but where they like pick someone up and just throw them with I don't know their mind or whatever the fuck they're doing. But it looks awesome.
Yeah. There's some telekinesis going on there with you
Yeah, it
can
looks
move boxes around and stuff.
I'd be down to play that.
All right, let's get done
Don't
with
have
this.
VR, so
Let's get done with this. We're almost at the end. Let's go.
Jesus. Ham Solo Beat Saber, the last PSVR 2 game.
Out of here. I already have it on Oculus. Next.
Wow. Matt, Beat Saber.
Nope.
Right. Matt.
Nope.
Ham Concord. That's the one with the burger.
With the burger, yeah.
We didn't see any gameplay.
Yeah, the burger delivery game. I don't know. That's a game where I literally am telling you I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
Yep.
Matt, what does a burger tell you about the quality of a game?
First of all, that burger looked terrible. Second of all, that trailer told me nothing. I didn't realize that was a I didn't know that was a multiplayer. Yeah, I didn't know that was a multiplayer FPS game until I saw Sony's tweet about it. Like I just watched that trailer and I thought, oh,
it's a
multiplayer
multiplayer
FPS game.
Okay.
A multiplayer FPS game. First party FPS game from Sony, which has me interested, but watching that trailer alone was like, what is this?
I mean, I could have thought it was an RPG for all I knew.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, it's space exploration.
It looked like he was living out of his ship. And I was just thinking,
but it's a multiplayer FPS game.
There we go. And I didn't get that at all from that at all. Not even slightly. And I tell you what,
Superman says it's a Starfield ripoff.
Hearing that has me a little more interested in it just because I know the direction, but it doesn't sell me on the game at all.
Yeah, that trailer didn't sell me at all. It's a bad trailer.
All right, almost home, baby.
Looks.
We saw.
We beat the shit out of them.
We saw new gameplay trailer for Immortals of Avium. Ham Solo, what were your thoughts on
Can't wait to get it on Xbox. That's what I was thinking.
God.
I'm currently saving up Xbox points to put towards that. Like and plus I already seen that game before. I mean, that was a new trailer, but I've already seen gameplay of that game. I already was sold on that game. So when they showed it to me, I was like, why?
Spider-Man 2, just to remind people. The Fifth Horseman said, plot twist, you have to do all the dishes and clean up the ship. You're not a soldier, you're the maid. So he's referring to Concord. So
the 4v4 version of it, like, or the multiplayer version of it is you killing people to go to steal meat from them so you can go back and make burgers for your next fight. So you get your health back. You can go back. You can go back into battle.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I that sounds interesting. Matt, Immortals of Avium. Immortals of Avium. What are your thoughts on the gameplay? Go.
I'm hyped. I can't wait. But just like Ham, I will be playing that on Xbox. I'm very excited for that game.
All right. To close it off, to close off the news, Xbox immediately tweeted out the information that we were all like not sure of because PlayStation announced these games, but they didn't say exclusive before any of the games.
I just said
So
coming to
Xbox
PlayStation.
so Xbox put out a tweet essentially saying 90% of the games that were shown are coming to Xbox. Matt, I want to go to you first. What
Yep.
were your thoughts on that? Was that classy? Was that what did you take from that tweet from Xbox?
I don't even think it has anything to do with class. Although people I've seen people say it's petty, and it's like, honestly, I'm fine with that because it's like PlayStation's been petty for a long time. If
And that's
Xbox
fine.
can be petty, yeah, exactly. If Xbox can be petty every now and then, do it. Just do it. But like as far as that specifically, it's like they're just letting people know that those games are coming because, like you said in those trailers, like they didn't say anything about Xbox. That's like a thing at PlayStation shows. Even if it's coming to Xbox, they're not going to tell you that. So it's like Xbox got to let people know somehow, and that was the way to do it. Worked.
All right. Ham, what did you think about Xbox sending out that tweet?
Man, I thought it was cold-blooded timing wise as well. But for those people out there calling it petty, what the fuck were they supposed to do? Give them a moment of silence? I mean, they were trying to they're trying to sell these games
right
just as
after,
much,
bro.
They're trying to sell these games just as much as PlayStation's trying to sell them, and in fact, PlayStation got a step ahead of them because they were able to show off the games off of their platform. So, am I feeling bad that if you're feeling bad that Xbox tweeted out games that are coming to their platforms, it just goes and shows you. It just goes to show you how unsatisfied you were with your own showcase, because Xbox does that every single time at the end of a showcase or during a showcase or when like right after an announcement of a game, they'll put on, hey, this is coming to Xbox too, and 90% of the time PlayStation fans laugh because it's like, oh, look at them trying to pick up some crumbs, look at them trying to do this, look at them trying to do that.
This time
big
man,
they felt insulted because it was like, not only did that showcase stink, but 80 to 90% of those games you just gave them advertisement for. You didn't really, you gave the entire gaming industry advertisement. You didn't really give PlayStation advertisement. That was the sentiment that got taken away from that for sure, especially after Xbox tweeted it, because there was so many people talking this last week. MGS is going to be only on PlayStation and these all these other games, suck it up, Xbox, go get yourself a PlayStation and play these games, and now they have to redact some of them statements. And it doesn't feel good.
Yo, Superman is definitely an export. Jesus. He says Xbox is about to drop the spirit bomb. Go ahead, man.
Have you guys seen this tweet? I don't know how credible this is, but this guy tweets, just in, Bungie has killed Naughty Dog's Last of Us multiplayer project. So it's like this, essentially it's a screenshot from, I don't even know where this is from, so I don't take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, but
I know a lot of people are salty about that.
It's apparently Bungie's like, they hired Bungie, Sony hired Bungie to consult on like games as a service because Bungie knows very much about that. And apparently Bungie saw Last of Us Factions and was like, no. They were just like, no. If that's to be believed. If that is to be believed.
I don't believe it.
Who knows?
I don't
believe it really either. But I just think it's something, it's being talked about a lot, and I just it'd be interesting to bring up.
All right. It would be an interesting idea. Suddenly. Well, not suddenly. It kind of makes sense because it's like Bungie is close to being the gold standard for online multiplayer games.
Yes.
You know, they're right there next to like Call of Duty, Fortnite, etc. So if they say, "Yo, Sony, don't release this," it would make sense that the execs would be like, let's listen to the guys
give
that
it
are
some
making
thought.
millions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
okay. Let's project forward and then we can move on to game results, game predictions, etc. Ham,
Ooh,
do
yeah.
you
Hey,
believe
let's not forget about Kate or Cat.
Cat?
Cat? Cats?
Your boss,
Oh,
Cat
Lord.
Bailey.
All right,
Your
fine.
boss.
Fine. Address it, Ham.
That's
Let's talk
interesting.
about
Address
your
it.
boss.
Go ahead. I have nothing to say about Cat Bailey's tweets. I need to verify that these screenshots have not been doctored in any way.
You know, and it kind of
You
looks
guys can
like
go
it's
off.
been doctored a little bit, just at the right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So
Unless
Ham,
that's
go
somebody's
ahead.
font.
You if you wanna go off, go ahead, Ham. Go ahead.
Man, I mean, this is why people don't trust the media.
Yeah.
Just simple as that. This is why people get nervous around third-party sources. It's because, sure, you can have your opinion, but why does it come out in very specific times? Like nobody even knew of this opinion until, the rain came. Oh man, it's muddy now. It's looking a little rough after that showcase. People are coming outside that weren't outside screaming the other day, and they're revealing who they. And I think that's probably the most interesting thing about these times when this type of stuff happens with, a bad showcase or a bad game or whatever. Like, people reveal like how uncomfortably loyal they are to something. Sometimes, like, for instance, when Redfall came out, bunch of people saying I don't see a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Super disingenuous. Oh, there's no problem here. This is a pretty good game. You guys just wish you had a multiplayer game, and it's like, no, it's not that.
It's not.
This game was rough. Like, and if you're an honest fan, you should feel like it's your duty to be honest. And if you're just trying to be cool to other people or look cool to whatever crowd, I feel like you might get cool doing that, but I can't respect you. You're literally lying to my face to prove that you're right. And you know what? If you need to feel right, you're right. Just leave me alone. Or go away, or else, or sure, I'll block or mute or whatever. Like, I don't need to see it anymore. Is what my opinion is.
All right, hang on, Ham. Hang on. I need to say something.
Sure.
Silent Cipher is the one who took the screenshot, and I trust him. I trust him.
Okay, so
you wouldn't duck
So he's
that.
the one that took the
So,
screenshot. So that's legit then.
Okay. So I'll give my take on this. Cat Bailey said, and I quote, for anyone that's not looking at the screen right now, PlayStation Showcase, MGS3, Alan Wake 2, Dragon's Dogma, new Marathon, the PlayStation streaming handheld confirmed, new games from NITW and Grizz teams, lots of Spider-Man, very strong showcase from Sony. How is this a problem? How is it a problem? She mentioned the games that were highlights to her, and then she said very strong showcase. How is this one specifically an issue? I don't know about the rest of the stuff she said.
Yeah, 'cause
This
there were some
one
other screenshots that were
specifically,
pretty bad.
exactly. This one specifically, I don't see a problem. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah, there's
where's
not
the
a problem with
problem?
that.
Okay, then.
That's
Matt,
fair on this specific take right here because this doesn't
yes,
really.
Yes.
This isn't.
I can only
This isn't
what's on the
really.
screen.
This actually has zero to do with Xbox.
Yes.
So like if
100%.
this was this
Xbox, or
if
even
this
just
was
being
the,
like a pony or something.
if this was the screenshot to prove that they're under like backhanding Xbox, this is not it in my opinion. I'd need more sauce than that, but I see what you're saying, Loke, and I can see how this can be like, crowd perception ain't really having that, but this is her personal account, so what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah, yeah. Like if she had cut, like Cypher, I'm not even. You're kind of like on the spot, and even I literally will need more time to go and source this info to break it down and see exactly what is and isn't, and if it makes sense, right?
I'm gonna send
So
you
I'm
this,
not even
Sam.
trying to say go and get something better.
Oh,
I'm not saying that. I'm
Silence
just
sent
saying this
me
one
a few
specifically.
things now.
No,
Silence
I
sent,
sent you
okay.
some.
Pump it. Let's see.
I'm seeing some other stuff.
The fifth horseman says this is not the bad one, but in the context of
wasn't
her
bad.
Xbox tweets, then it's like a night and day look for Tim Dog's tweet. Silent Cypher, Sony will have a major tentpole release next year. I mean, they're not Xbox. Lord, did she say that?
There's a screenshot of her
Okay,
saying.
so yeah, I'll put that one on the screen right here. That right there is what I'm talking about.
Oh, fuck.
Sony will have a major tentpole release next year. I mean, they're not, come on now.
Yep.
Loke, remember what you just said and just erase it. Because nothing
Christ.
says fanboy more than a comment like that.
Right. That's
Good
the
work,
director.
Silent Cypher. Outside.
That's the director over there. I don't know.
That is not a good look.
It's not. It's a bad look. That was a bad
And just
look.
in case anybody needs to know who that is, there you go, right there. Kat Bailey, current IGN news director, acts of the Blood God creator, NVC co-host, she, her, past US gamer editor in chief, have news tips. DMs are open. And
yeah.
This is embarrassing to read. It's embarrassing. Oh my god. What am I supposed to say? Okay, sure.
And
Silent
you heard about them stealing assets too, right? It's Twitter and people screenshot and stuff all the time, but they put IGN logos all over it
matters.
as if they did.
Listen, the context, dude. I saw that early on. I saw this hours ago. It matters that IGN did it. It does matter that IGN did it. Silent Cypher, I don't come in blowing smoke, homie. I'm not going to busy their chops for nothing. I keep it real. Wow. Just.
Yep.
I had no idea what he sent me first was just a warm up. That made you feel like, oh, she's not too bad. And
not
then
too bad.
Like, where's the problem? I swear Silent Cypher did that on purpose. Silent Cypher did that on purpose.
He's like, I want to hear you guys try to defend her and then read that.
Yeah.
God. Oh man. Silent Cypher turned into the solid snake. He's a solid snake now, man. This man.
Kat Bailey, because we're supposed to say something on this. Kat Bailey. This is the type of stuff, right? That people this is what sets the credibility of video game writing or journalism back years, decades even. Because more than ever, people don't forget now. You see people pulling stuff that happened in 2017. There's people pulling stuff that happened in 2015. Forever now. Cat Bailey and anyone, because this is how leadership works, right?
It's
If
IGN now. It's
if
all of them.
if Metal Gear Solid has a banger, Kojima is credited. But if Kojima comes out and says some crap, the whole of Metal Gear Solid is affected. This is how leadership works. And if Cat Bailey says this, the whole of IGN said that. That's not the objective truth. That is not the objective truth.
Yeah.
But it is the truth that everyone will run with. The same way I've been arguing with you, Ham, for years. Like, no, when you see a bad article in IGN or Kotaku, whatever, it's not IGN or Kotaku, it's that specific writer. That this blows everything I've ever said out the water.
Yeah,
This makes me
just
look
poured
like
gas
a
all
freaking,
over it and lit it on fire.
This gives me the biggest cap that you've ever seen on anyone's head. All right, because if the leadership is saying this, what is everyone else saying? I'm not even angry. I'm
Sound
heartbroken. Because no, I'm not even disappointed. I'm heartbroken because this affects not just Cat Bailey, who privated account and will probably move on with her life. This is going to affect everyone writing in gaming, already struggling thanks to AI. This is going to affect everyone because now we all have to reprove our credibility. And anytime we try to put forward any thought, right? People can just take this screenshot that Silent Cypher just shared. They can just take that and just reply with that. And there's nothing you can do. There's nothing. It's like that super powerful Uno card. It's like, shut up. Cat Bailey said this.
That's true.
And no one else in the comment section of Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, no one else is going to check anything else you write because they're going to see that this is what Cat Bailey said. And that's it. It's done. The same way any debate about Xbox, people now use Phil Spencer saying we're not going to out-console PlayStation or Nintendo. People now use that statement as a catch-all. Oh my God. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Honestly, yeah, because whenever you guys were talking, whenever you were reading the quote, I was like, I don't even recognize that quote. That's fine. The first thing she said, that's totally fine. That's not a big deal at all. Because I read the stuff that Tim Dog posted, like the screenshots that Tim Dog posted, and that's when I was like, when I heard Cat Bailey, I'm like, oh, you guys are talking about that, and that's what I remembered, and that's why. I mean, yeah, it's not a good look. It's just not a good look, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks for other journalists, like Luke said, because it's now people are going to look at IGN sideways for whatever amount of time they look at them sideways for because this lady decided she wanted to tweet stuff online. So,
and the more I think about it, the more pissed off I'm getting.
Look,
Go
did
ahead.
you see the? I'm guessing you've seen this tweet that I have pulled up right now on the stream.
Hold up.
Haven't
It's
you? The one
not. It's
that's
not
on
live. I'm trying to not stress out my internet. Sony may have revealed a ton of games, including Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake at its PlayStation Showcase, but Microsoft has taken to Twitter to make clear that a dozen of them are also coming to Xbox. Stein said, y'all know a quote tweet is easier than editing. Oh my.
the Xbox social media guy.
Not a good look, bud.
It's not. It isn't.
I mean, they're just taking like I don't understand how in news like this should be the moment that you're flourishing right now with news.
Mhm.
And if you're just honest, like even if you think even if you think hey, this is pretty good and this is why it was to me. I feel like that is just at least that's honest in compare of trying to knock another platform down to say something about your favorite platform or just doing lazy work like what they did with the watermarks for Xbox and stuff like that. It's just like you guys are running it almost seems like IGN is like running it like they're out of money. Like and they're trying to like hurry up and pick a side so they can get paid by a side when they're not even getting paid by them probably.
Look, it's already happening. People already, you see, and they're gonna start with her, and then they're gonna move on to everyone else. This guy at Dean Tuck. Oh Lord, this guy is a journalist. This Dean Takahashi, journalist at GamesBeat. He just tweeted out fine reporting by Kat Bailey at IGN. Do you know what the headline is? Inside the growing discontent behind Nintendo's fun facade. So now everything she's ever posted, negative, criticizing, even if the criticism is fair, everything she's ever posted criticizing Xbox, PlayStation, or PC gaming is about to get torn down as console fanboying. All right? And then when they're done with that, guess what happens? They're going to move to IGN. And now everything that's ever been posted, especially recently by IGN criticizing the others, the other platforms, they're fanboying. It's not valid criticism anymore.
Bro, this is no different than a NASCAR driver that's never got a ticket and has been held to the highest accountability suddenly getting a DUI. It's the same thing. It's just like everything that we believed before is now false. We don't believe anything that you have to say now because you pretend to be I'm cool with everybody. Everything's in my household. I got it all. You can do that and be biased, but you got to be up front. You can't let somebody figure that out 100%. A few years later on that, because I guarantee you, if we all knew Kat was a PlayStation first person, none of this would have any meaning. None of it. I mean, sure, she'd still get trolled by people because people just don't like, one console or the other. But she wouldn't be in the situation that you're saying, Loke, where everything that she does now or has done in the past is up in flames.
And it'll be fine. And this is just me being completely honest. It'll be fine if they just went for her. But that's not how it works. The same way with the gaming community. If one of us does some crappy stuff, the whole community gets dragged. We all get dragged in. One black man walks on a stage and slaps another black man. It's about violence within the whole black community.
That's true.
So Kat Bailey saying this is not just going to mess up Kat Bailey. This is gonna mess up everyone that has a passion for playing games and talking about them. And this thing about having preferences, guys, let's not be children. We all have preferences. I have my preference. Yes. We all have preferences. But we owe it
earlier,
to the people that read
like
our
preference.
No. Dude, no. I made it clear that I don't care. I don't have a personal investment in these companies.
I feel you.
My preference, my preference is Xbox because they facilitate my purchase. All right, they act like they want my money. PlayStation is like, yo, we so uppity, right? We're like a bunch of Africans. Do you guys even have $70? Do you even have $70 in Mozambique? Do you? $70? You can only find that in South Africa. But this is a tangent. Let's refocus. The point is, what she did, and I saw some tweets talking about she's just joking and stuff. Guys, there's some things you just don't do because of what you are. Okay, Ja Morant can't be waving a gun around in a song. It's not illegal. It's not illegal to wave a gun around in the US. All right, but when you stand for what you stand for, there's certain things you can't do. I'm sorry. It's not illegal to go to a strip club. You know, you're not about to catch James Harden in the strip club live, doing a live in the strip club. It's not going to happen. Everyone knows he goes to the strip club, but you're not going to see video evidence. All right. So people can know that you have a preference for PlayStation. What you can't do is make it so clear people can see it. It's right there in 4K. Now we all have to deal with this. I'm pissed. I don't wanna say too much. So that's the last I'm gonna say on this subject. When you guys are done talking about it, we can move on to the rest of the show.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can see you're very unhappy with it. I don't want to just keep throwing it in your face. So let's go on ahead and move on to the last little bit so we can get up out of here because I got a couple things I need to do before I get into K Mega Show.
Let's
here
do
in
this.
An hour, or here in
all right. Game results from last week. Star Trek Resurgence. Ham Solo said 73. The score was 72, so Ham scores a point because he was the closest. I'm not going to read. You said 75.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So the last two, Warhammer 40K, Bolt Gun, and the Lord of the Rings Golem, Matt Likes Games got both of those. So Matt has another win.
I was generous with Gollum.
Yes.
I was very generous.
Yes. Yeah. You were the most.
I said 65?
You said 82. No.
I said 82?
No. You said 68. Sorry. You said 68.
Okay, I'm about to say no way. Yeah, okay.
So now Matt's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct guesses for game predictions.
I mean,
Mr. Sour Blow is on 1. Mr. Joanna Ducks also on 1. Game predictions for next week. System Shock Remake coming out May 30th. Ham Solo, what's the score?
I'm gonna say 79.
79. Mad Likes Games, System Shock Remake coming to PC exclusive.
I'm staying mid 70s, 75.
75. Take that for the people who say PC's got no exclusives. Next, we have Diablo 4 coming to all platforms on June 1st, except for Nintendo Switch. Ham Solo, what's the score for Diablo 4?
91.
High hopes. Matt Likes Games, what's the score for Diablo 4?
Going 88.
88. Next, we have Street Fighter 6 coming out June 2nd for PS4, PS5, Series X, and PC. Ham Solo, what's the score?
For what again? I'm sorry.
Street Fighter 6.
Oh, God.
You forgot it. I read it like 5 seconds ago. That's how forgettable.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm gonna go 80. I'm gonna go 82, and that's actually
82.
a good score. I just don't like the game, and I'm not gonna let me not liking the game not be realistic.
All right. Mad Likes Game, Street Fighter 6.
80.
80.
Yep.
Okay. Real quick, I wasn't checking the chat, y'all. I'm very sorry. Gogo Poll. 85 for System Shock. Hold on.
Gogo Poll, you want 81 or 79?
Gogo Poll says 85. Silent Cypher, System Shock 69.
Nice.
Yo, I think you're gonna take an L on this one. 69? No, it's not gonna be that bad, and it's a PC exclusive, so I think it's gonna be good.
And those are never
Uh,
rated poorly.
Yeah. They always like bangers. You know what I mean?
Google
Alright, let me
Post
just
says
take a screenshot.
81 instead of 80 because Matt picked 80 for Street Fighter.
All right, listen, I'll just take a screenshot and then I'll update later. Let's
Cool.
keep it moving. Okay, let's skip notable tweets because we might end up fighting here. Last point.
I thought we just got done with notable
Man.
tweets.
Yeah.
Right?
Look at you. You got jokes. Okay. So my last point was going to be about Gollum, but with this whole Cat Bailey thing, I'll make it short and sweet. Video game journalism is essential in guiding and sharing in the community of gaming in terms of communication between gamers, publishers, and people that want to get into gaming and are not sure if it's the thing for them. Seeing the tweets that Kat Bailey put out, disappointing and heartbreaking as a fellow writer. It just reinforces a narrative that's been going on for years, and for someone in such a high position in the biggest game publishing website, you couldn't do more harm to writing in video games than that. Like, even if Phil came out and said something, even if Jim came out and said something, it's still a third party saying it. You said it this time. You're the one who gave oxygen to the poison that's been spreading. So when people stop clicking, when people move on, don't blame sexism. Don't blame misogyny. Don't blame any other entity, ideology, or whatever you want to concoct in your mind. Find a mirror, right? And then point your finger. Thank you for listening.